Here, I'll real quick before I get two in. Look at that guy.
Definitely looks really fun, though. Various.
Sorry, all of a sudden my iPhone's like, you need to change your number. I'm like, okay.
Why did you say my name?
You didn't play it.
Okay. So, that guy, his name was, what, Cannon or something like that? Cannon? Okay, it is the one that says Ultimate Class Dash Weapon Guide, Throne and Liberty, and it's from 2 months ago. Let me send you the link.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, I carried that game.
Various you always carry, whether it be in kills, personality, sexuality.
Sexy boy.
Yes! Speaking of Yes Queen, we watched another video for this season for that show was a Bloody Mary episode. It was a full black cast, right? And I didn't know how I was gonna feel about it at first, but they did a really good job. Like it was a bunch of younger black teens who decided to do the Bloody Mary thing, and Bloody Mary is black. He found out she was like a slave who like got fucked, and then right before she got fucked, she prayed out to one of the goddesses and said, "Give me power," and then she like vengeanced all over, and then accidentally killed an innocent, and so she got trapped in the mirror. So it was interesting, actually, an interesting story. What's up, Treddy?
You know what, God?
Oh, I still Supernatural.
Wamamati, I think is what it said. It was something like that.
I'm trying to remember how to pronounce it, but I know who you're talking about.
Mamiwata. It's Mami Water, or similar as a mermaid water spirit, goddess in the folklore of parts of Western Africa, Eastern Africa, and Southern Africa.
Oh.
So it was interesting. I mean, she basically punished her because, like, she gave her the power for the vengeance, but then she accidentally killed, like, the evil white lady had, like, a black help that was helping her even though she was evil, and... Oh, I need to send you an invite, you remember? Or the other way around. And so she accidentally killed the black help, and the goddess basically punished her by putting her in the fucking mirror. And what's up there, Trav? You been watching more of that American Horror Stories yet? Invite me there, Riri.
Yeah, I've not. I've been slacking.
You slacking bitch.
There's several videos out there already spoiling the new Destiny season. Pretty sad.
Really? Are they good? I was like, so Jay, if they're spoiling, is it good? I should look to see if I can find like a Aztec or somebody who does like a spoiler-free video. I was like, all right, guys, it's looking pretty good. I'm just saying, you should really just stick in for the season, or they'll be like, guys, this fucking dick sucks. Go back to Warhammer.
So if I do Greatsword, it's Greatsword and Dagger, or Sword and Shield, it looks like.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Send me an invite, jackass.
For two reasons. One, your tank, and two, you deal solid damage. Don't expect to blow up targets as fast as Greatsword and Dagger.
What are you guys playing?
Right now we're playing Hunt Showdown, but he's looking up videos on like build stuff for that Throne and Liberty game.
I'll have to flip a coin on that one.
Because I was telling him about it, and he decided to buy the early access. So him and I are going to play the early access starting the 26th, and we want to give it a whirl. It's free to play starting the 1st though, so you don't have to. If you want to play it, just wait till then. But it's just like New World. So instead of your class being like, oh, I just picked to play a class, blah blah, it's you pick the weapons that you play as. So I was telling him that the way that like materials are, you want to. There's going to be very few, and you want to make sure you full commit like beforehand what you're going to do, because you won't have enough materials to like halfway through be like, oh well, this isn't the weapon I want, and then fuck yourself.
That's pretty sad.
Is it not sending you an invite?
No, I haven't gotten one.
What the fuck? Here, let me just close and reopen. Maybe.
I was like, no, actually, I have not.
I sent like 4.
That's why I just like send me another one. Send me one, bitch. That's just being an ass.
Open your party, jeez.
Jesus Christ. Appearing offline, you fuck. Berries? No.
Go fuck yourself.
I'll probably,
Listen, would
Bobby,
you-
for food, we'll probably do something separate, but I'm okay with cooking your burgers if you want me to. I mean, when we get, because I'll probably end up getting off of here at like 9:30, 10 area like I did last night, and maybe watch some more of that Twilight of the Gods, if you're up for it. And I'll cook your food, so then you don't have to do it later, and then we'll have more time to watch more of that.
Yes, queen.
I watched the first like 3 minutes, and it was pretty decent.
Right? I told you it was good. The animation, you had to get past the animation, but it kind of gives me Samurai Jack vibes as far as animation. Hey, what's up, So? Appreciate you coming in, man. You should check that out, Various. It's definitely up your neighborhood.
I already watched the entire show.
That's what I thought. I've only watched like the first, I think we watched the first 2.
Nice.
I don't know if you've sent me another one there, Ryu, but I haven't got one yet.
Invite. Set you
Why
up.
don't you invite him?
Did you get it?
No.
I'll just send it to the party and see if that works better. Did you get it out?
Here, I'm just gonna send you an invite,
Now, Mr. Krabs?
and then I'm gonna just give you lead. It just lets me do that, right?
Yeah, I got an invite. I don't know if you could give lead though. Never tried it. Oh, hi. Tickle, tickle.
Wow. You actually
Oh, I
can't-
finally started watching Supernatural when I got to the fucking Bloody Mary part. It's actually good. I was like,
You mean
holding
the
out on it.
Supernatural, like the show Supernatural? Like you mean the one has like 13 seasons now and it's been out for like
Yes.
12 years?
Yeah, well, I never like wanted to watch it, and I was like, oh, I don't know. And then I kept seeing videos about it, like, it looked pretty good, so I was like, finally started watching it.
Yeah, it is good. All
Yeah,
right,
it's okay.
this is retarded. It won't let me give you lead. I'm gonna leave party one more time, and then we'll try this invite thing one more time. Send me another invite. If it doesn't work, I'll just send you one.
Okay. Invite this person. Invitation. Game invite sent.
I don't understand.
Why am I not permitted to send invites? Like, what?
Does it say you're not permitted to send invites?
No, just saying.
Oh. Oh wait. Wait. Now try.
Okay, let me cancel this. Invite you.
There it is.
Why was it sent?
Yeah, for some reason my settings on my profile were changed so that no one can interact with me, like send invites or anything like that.
On Do Not Disturb?
No. So like if you go into your profile and you like if you click on the little profile but like picture on the bottom, and then you click the profile word, and then you hover from overview, games, friends, shared, and the online status, share profile, edit profile, privacy settings, right? Click on the privacy settings, and if you scroll down to right after your activity, it says communication and multiplayer. And it says who can ask to be your friend, and then who can interact with you through parties, games, and messages, and for some reason it was switched to no one. Yeah, all of a sudden, shit you not. It just didn't. I just didn't want me to have any friends.
No one shall interact with me. Fuck all of you.
That's why I looked at it and started giggling. I'm like, as soon as you said, why do I not have, like, why can't I, the way you worded it, I was like, did it say that? And you're like, no, but I'm like, it makes me wonder if for some reason I looked and lo and behold, this is fucking turned on to no one. I'm like,
If you click on your profile picture in the, top right.
What I did was if you press the touchpad but the PlayStation button once and it shows you like the smaller menu.
I was saying like something else I found.
Oh, what?
You could see how many bounty collected. Yeah.
Oh shit, I guess you can. How many duos have you left?
I can look at yours. No, I can't. You've killed 25.
Yeah. And I have 33 boss target kills.
Oh, I can't see now, but people I've wiped is 33.
Okay.
Or teams, I guess.
Yeah, duos. I think it basically gives the stat for what, like, we're playing. So yeah, so if we're playing duos, I assume it gives us the duo stats. If we're in trios, it gives trio stats. It's too bad that nobody plays this besides you, me, and the German. I mean, I guess it works out. It's only a three-player party system, but even then,
I'm catching so many strays in this fucking party.
I'm catching so many strays. You've only caught one. I mean, that's still like one more than average.
Seconds ago.
He's got like 3 so far from me.
They voted for the same person. You can't even count them separately.
So what, we're counting them as multi-shots now?
Yeah, it's like a ricochet, is what happened.
Jesus Christ.
He's not here, and he can't help.
Yeah, Ishkar the shotgun.
What? Shotgun?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, the
You caught me off guard, because I'm using a shotgun. And you said shotgun, I was like, I don't have Screech here on.
Now
you should put it on.
It feels
Oh, it's right.
Soul starts singing.
What are you playing there, Travi? Holy shit! I almost hit you in the back of the head. Dude, have they added POV to this bitch yet?
I don't know. Oh, this is where I died the last game, where I killed the croc. It was right over here where he tripped on 2 explosive tripwires. It was crazy. Uh-oh, bees.
Bees.
Fucking bees. Ooh, a weapon. Oh my god, bees!
You got bead. You got bead in the A. Oh no, bees!
I told you. Not the eyes. My eyes. They're
You
in my
can't go
eyes.
through closed doors. I have bee repellent. Where is this? The clue that's here? Oh, it's right here. Over this way.
Oh, there's a clue here.
Yeah, no shit. Why do you think we're coming here, Jimmy? You think we came here for the sightseeing and the bees?
Did they make the lanterns? Oh. Oh, you said.
Yeah, so I was killing the bee bitch. Because it's in the building where the bee bitch was at.
It's just that one. Why is this fucking lantern so bright? It's like a light bulb.
What did you say about me in a light bulb?
It shines like a light bulb.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been playing more Valorant lately too, but none of you fuckers play that.
I did too.
Not a dirty Frenchman.
You say you're not a dirty Frenchman? Am I a dirty Frenchman because I play it? Fuck you! No, I'm just
Oh,
I'm not
this is where I
French.
hit the first tripwire.
I'm like okay with being dirty. I'm not French.
Oh, it's right in front of us.
I may be horrible.
Yeah.
I may be ugly. What was the third thing again?
I may be downright fucking disgusting. I didn't say that. I know.
I may look like I joined Nurgle.
Yeah. I may look like a cancer patient who's not in remission.
I might look like the ending of Auschwitz.
I might look like a horror story as to tell you what you should not do in life. And it's true.
Turn off my lights.
Oops.
Alright.
I think I'm using explosive or fire rounds. I don't know. I accidentally bought them when I wasn't looking.
We're gonna find out.
Like I was looking, but I both was. Oh.
Definitely, the game definitely works better though.
Yeah, no, I do.
Oh, he's right there. I don't have a long range. Is he? Pretty sure they can hear that when you do Dark Sense.
Yeah, they can also hear every time you pull your weapon out. That's why I don't know if you notice. Like every time your equipment, same thing. That's why if you notice there are perks that actually reduce the sound of some of that stuff.
I did not, but now I do.
See the things right there.
Ooh, that sounded close.
I'm gonna hold this. You should watch if you can.
I'm watching the door on the left.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I'll watch the one that's on the right. I think I just saw somebody.
Wish I had a barbed wire bomb.
I actually have a concertina. That's the bomb, right?
Oh, it might be.
Oh no, that concertina is the ones that I think that make the sounds. Grab it.
I want to steal it. Oh my god! Yeah, I think someone's on it. He has a shotgun. Really spooked me.
Oh. Oh. No.
Damn. How much was he at? He hit him twice.
I only hit him once. I missed the first time, I think.
No, I saw a hit marker when I was spectating.
See, inbound. No, it says outbound. I only have one. If you look down, it can tell you how many outbound and inbound there is. Yeah. I only had one outbound shot. I think it did 102 damage though.
Yeah. I get too excited and went to go grab it, and then I got shotgunned in the face by Mr. Crocodile Boy.
I'm gonna be buying a horror game next month probably for you. Just because I'm gonna be doing like horror stuff for October. I'm gonna be playing that like I'm gonna be playing one of the Five Nights at Freddy's games because I have one now. The Security Breach one, and it's got a free DLC, so I'm playing that. And then I'm also gonna be playing Little Nightmares possibly because I have the second one now for free. And then I'm thinking about. I've told Katie basically to research and decide between The Quarry and the new one that just came out by the DBD guys, the casting of Frank Stone. So I'm gonna basically have her pick one of those, and then I'll probably buy that and play those for the month too.
Oh, I was definitely thinking of the Constantina trip mine, whatever, explodes into barbed wire. Barbed wire. Bob wire.
Constantina wire.
Yeah. I definitely didn't call it bob wire or anything.
It's not a bob wire, I swear.
Well, I personally prefer Steve wire.
Yeah.
Yes.
Steve wire.
Steve!
Yes, Queen.
Steve from Encounter.
Thought they fired him.
Oh, well, he's fired up.
The Emperor from State Farm.
Like a good neighbor, Gilman is there.
Why do you keep fucking calling me? I keep telling you fuckers to stop praying for me.
I keep telling you, I'm not interested in your fucking backwaters bullshit!
I'm trying to do my own thing here, and y'all fuckers are starting cults.
I was asleep for 5 fucking minutes, and you start a cult?
Who the fuck's the Inquisition?
Just immediately sends out notice for that shit to be brought down. No, we're not doing this.
Night Sisters. Oh, okay, they're pretty cool.
No, they're pretty cool. We could keep them. But everyone else!
As long as they're not Astartes. Astartes is a boys-only club, because girls
That's right.
are icky.
Damn straight. I
Great
still love
nights.
that Henry
Badass.
Cavill's favorite army to run is Custodes.
There,
Great nights on my boys. Doing.
But his favorite chapters are Blood Angels and Salamanders. He's a Blood Angel and a Salamander.
He loves stealing shit, huh?
I wouldn't be surprised. He seems like the type to steal from the set.
Oh, look at this new race I found. You're mine.
Look at this war gear that I just found accidentally in the
You
middle
think
of your
my
home.
armor was originally mine? No, I killed another dude with perfectly sized armor.
Hey, Chapter Master, I just happened to have accidentally made my way into the Ultramarine ship, and I might have found some war gear that just was randomly in one of the vents.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
for
show
some
you a
reason it was
vent.
painted blue.
I have a random question for you boys, mostly for Various and Ryu. Travi, I mean, if you want to participate in the D&D campaign, you're welcome to, but I just didn't know if you would want to. But do you guys have a setting that you would prefer? Like somewhere,
Fantasy, magic. I hate
Well,
modern day.
That's it. I don't do modern. I normally don't do modern. I want it to be there be magic and something like that. If there's going to be something
long as
like
it's like
sort
that,
of
I don't
modern,
care what
maybe
it is.
like an artificer that like kind of like in like Box Machina, like you create some sort of like pistol or something. But other than that, I don't want anything too like too major. But I was just curious if you guys had a favorite, because yes, there's a bunch of fantasy, but there are a lot of fantasy settings in D&D. You have Forgotten Realms. You have
Funny
you have
word.
Dragonlance. You have the Ravenloft, for instance.
What do these words mean?
Entirely honest, it has been years and years since I've played D&D. All of this is gibberish to
saying
me.
magical words to me, yes.
Ravenloft is a like nightmare realm, basically. It's like there's these realms that are controlled by like certain
Many
powerful like nightmare beings live below. I don't know what that other one is, to be honest.
So it's the
Forgotten Realms is you probably know a bit, like Baldur's Gate is in Forgotten Realms.
Oh, I see.
So like the Baldur's Gate, what are some of the other famous towns that are in that setting? Something Vale, blah, like so like for instance the D&D movie would be a good example of Forgotten Realms. That's a Forgotten Realms setting. Dragonlance is a bit more. I would basically liken it to a bit more of like a bit more traditional kind of, closer to like the Lord of the Rings world. You know, you have like the dwarves. You have like dragons were once very popular, but there was this huge war. Dragon mother, like this dragon goddess, evil goddess that had like 3 dragon heads going around doing, you know, badonta-dunk shit and retaliating the gods, blah, blah, blah. So you have like neutral gods up there. You have good and evil, and there's like the wizards of high sorcery. You have to take a test if you want to be a wizard in that world, for instance. That's the setting that me and
rogue ring wraith.
You said a rogue ring wraith. Well, you can be a rogue. I mean, and there is in what's it called? Theoretically, I would assume technically, because like there is a very powerful being in Dragonlance called God, he's a Death Knight. He's one of the first Death Knights.
Definitely want to make a fucking ring wraith character.
But it is, so I will keep in mind, like, it's harder to do something that's like super, like a character like that's like homebrew. You need to find a class that can be, you know, played. And not only that, but like it's gonna have spells that exist, and they need to be like that I can paper out, and you can paper out. So I don't know if it'll be so easy to do something like a ring wraith, but you can do a very emo edgelord.
Oh fuck! Behind us.
Oh shit!
You could multi-class.
Yeah, you could, but multi-classing is a lot.
Ow!
It's not as good as it used to be.
I'm dead. I had no cover.
Killed him. Multi-classing is not as good as it used to be.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to find a way that he could actually.
No,
do that. So
theoretically he could.
like that.
Something mixed with necromancer.
I just only wish to be the Witch
Killed him.
King, my friend.
He was being attacked by a flame guy.
I could do it. I could find a way.
But just think about it, you know, don't be afraid to like Google up
my
research
phone.
and see if there's any settings you guys might find that you really like. So then I can start doing my homework. Because really, like, we should start it once I've gotten like a world-made setting, characters, things like that.
Just recreate the Hobbit.
This is where the second... There is a Lord of the Rings setting it as well. Like, I mean, and there are also... like, it doesn't have to be... Like, for instance... it doesn't have to be... Like, there are a bunch of famous settings. Like, there's a Star Wars setting. There's a... what's it called? There's a... like a superhero D&D setting. Like, you can do... Like, where they set it up where it's, like, mutations and quirks, almost. Like... so there are plenty. So definitely look, but just look for 5th edition specifically.
Well, my vote's for the Lord of the Rings one.
Okay, or at least something in that area,
Yeah.
or at least I could make you feel like, because Dragonlance is a good one.
Something like that.
And I even happen to have the material here because my uncle has the newest Dragonlance book. That happens to be my uncle's favorite setting, actually.
Ooh. We are very far from where the fantasy is. I just make my character Gollum.
One of our campaigns, the boys and I did a space jamming campaign. So it was still, you know, like, it wasn't modern really, but there was, you know, they had gotten to the point where space travel was a thing, but everybody still used, like, magic, swords, crossbows.
Magical space travel type stuff.
Yep.
So Star Wars, but in medieval times.
Yeah, it was good. That was a good one. We played that campaign until we were level like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
I think I know a way to multi-class to be a space marine.
I tried looking at a Warhammer
black
setting that was
Templar
being
that
made
went in
by somebody, but
he stopped making that.
yeah, he stopped making it. But
Yeah.
I mean, I can always. What's nice is like, once I've gotten better at DMing, I can always just reskin anything to be, you know, and we can just make it. You know, if you want it to just feel like Warhammer, I can just reskin things and just make it feel like we're in a Warhammer universe.
First, you could be a fucking Warhammer Paladin, like, Black Templar because of the fake stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, that also works. If you do fighter and berserker, or not berserker, the barbarian, then you can realistically do at least a couple of types of Astartes. And then, I have some
Tempted on the
ideas.
Black Templar one now. You're giving me ideas.
Also, the Dark Angels work really well.
What you should do is look into
knights.
some specialized classes, because they are sometimes ultimately going to be more forgiving than multi-classing in 5th Ed. Because I don't know if you've seen how multi-classing is in 5th Ed, but it's not good.
Yeah.
But there might be a way that where somebody has like homebrewed a fighter or a berserker in a way in which that he comes with, so like a lot of people do that. Like I played a shadow sorcerer once that was just like, it was
That's creepy.
a sorcerer that like basically got shunted into the shadow fell and started becoming one with it. And yeah, I do actually.
I just saw its glowing eyes. I was like, what the fuck is that? Definitely sounds fire to do.
Yeah, we'll definitely look around. I don't mind. I was just curious. I wanted to get, like I said, you got an idea of what I should do. I'm already working on a Dark Souls campaign. The boys wanted to start here soon. I have the D&D 5th Ed Dark Souls game book.
Shit. Guess we can extract.
Wait, what's that? You see that there's still a thingy over there? Look. It still says there's a 1 over in the top right corner, like there is a boss that we can hunt down.
Mini boss somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh. What even is that symbol? I can't tell.
I don't know.
Tiny. Too fucking small.
Oh, this guy got so much quicker. He's hunting, chasing me down.
My guy needs a breather.
Dude, he's still right behind me.
That was a barbed wire spot? Jesus.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying, like I don't remember them being that quick.
Still got 35 minutes in this.
It's weird, it doesn't have any clues, but it says that there's like a something over here.
I'm very interested in doing this now.
Well, I'm just looking at. I know all the rules for Warhammer, and I vaguely remember D&D, and they fit together really well. So I don't know why it would be so difficult to mix the two.
Well, like Warhammer and well, it isn't that it would be that hard. It's just the problem is that like most 5th edition Warhammer games are. They're not D&D. They are games that have been made by like Gamers Workshop and whatnot, or a third-party company that they've like licensed out to. And they don't play necessarily the same. I don't know how to play. I don't know how they play. But D&D, I know how to play. So there is theoretically a way to do it, but we would just have to basically like come up with stat blocks for characters and things that don't technically exist in a D&D 5e setting.
Oh yeah, I get what you mean. I didn't even know they had made like licensed out versions. I was more thinking the tabletop game, it runs basically the same as the combat in D&D. So, but yeah, classing would be a little tough. And then the other thing is that like I mean, if they already have like a book
for like all their attacks / like psyker abilities and things like that,
Oh yeah.
then yeah, I could probably, if they have like turn, like how long it takes for the tasking, verbal, somatic, blah blah blah, then
yeah.
I could theoretically, and weapons, I can translate them to a D&D-esque setting, but that would take a lot of time.
Forever.
Not forever, but it would just take a lot of time where we wouldn't be starting a campaign in the next week or two, if we, or like the next month.
I get what you mean. It's more just something I'm interested in trying
Oh, of
out
course.
now, not like a legit thing. But yeah, they do have a full book. That's what the codexes are
Okay.
that everybody talks about. It has all the. It even has like distance for movement,
Okay, good.
which
Yeah,
is the same as like D&D. It's basically just D&D but with miniatures.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean even D&D has miniatures. It isn't required.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean the characters even have like set attacks like D&D does. Like there's psychic attacks and shit like that. And
Okay.
resistances, armor classes. It's
Yeah.
super in depth.
Yeah, that sounds about the
You're
same.
just a space marine that only has his helmet left and he's just butt ass naked.
But yeah, I definitely, I just felt like, most of the group would be interested in it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm trying to use this as to get my DMing up to snuff.
Yeah.
I know nothing of D&D, other than you roll a dice and yeah.
Baldur's Gate hit it right. Literally everything you do in Baldur's Gate is how D&D works.
Oh, okay.
So like
Yeah.
when you enter a room and you do like the searches, you can do like that's the same thing. The only difference is that you have to verbally communicate that. So like if I would be like, I gave you a hypothetical like, all right, you just cleared out that room full of undead. You're in this like very like dark walled, torches barely lighting this small dungeon, and you're in this room. It's got 2 doors. One seems to have a lock on it, the other seems to not. And then there's the entryway leading back out that leads upstairs. There are 3 bodies. You could go ahead and you would go to search the bodies, and then you can do checks, like if you notice something about the room / if you want to do an investigation check and you roll really high or really low on both what's nice is kind of like how the DM's discretion basically, but yes, you would investigate on the bodies in the room, and depending upon how high of a check you roll is what basically how I decide like what loot you decide to get from that. So for instance, I had thoughts like so my Dark Souls campaign. So I'm actually working on this so I can use it as a good example. I've already created like 4 areas, and like I have it set so because we all know that Dark Souls has illusory walls. I have it set so that like there will be a couple illusory walls that I'm just gonna have on the map for myself. But let's just say you get into this area, right, Ryu? And
I'm gonna want to hit every wall.
well, let's just say you get an investigation check of like 32.
Okay.
So I'm like, me as the DM, I'm thinking that is a beautiful roll. Like you got 12 over 20, which is already good. So I'm gonna be like, how do I reward this roll? I'm gonna be like, you as you were investigating, you thought you were done. You leaned up against this wall, and you noticed right where your elbow hit, a small rock moved in, and the wall moved to the side, and you just found 3 extra like stacks of souls and a piece of armor. So it is DM's discretion. It's like it's not like I have to have these things 100% put out, but I can also just, I can be hilariously like I can be nice and be like, oh well, you really hit that roll, so I'm going to give you something good. But I can also do the other thing, like where you could be like, I just rolled a nat 1 when I was searching. So you roll an investigation check, and you roll a nat 1. I'm like, well, Ryu discovers this really pretty butterfly over sitting on this flower in the corner, and it just captivates him for the whole time. He's no help for the investigation.
Oh, absolutely. I was also gonna say, can I just, anytime we go anywhere, can I just smack any wall?
Theoretically, yeah. What's nice is, so there, I was watching somebody, I believe their name is High Rollers. They're like one of the top European D&D groups. And they got together to do a one-shot adventure for the Dark Souls campaign. and the guy knowing that everybody in there were like fans of the game, you know, and so everybody was like making jokes, but then the guy's like, all right, my first thing to do is I'm gonna go punch that wall. He's like, I'm gonna go punch that solid wall, and he's like, okay, well you punch a solid wall and you take 1d4 of damage because it's a solid wall.
Please don't tell anyone else that you're gonna add illusionary. And I'm just gonna constantly be like, I want to punch every wall in this room.
What's nice is it's a D4 and it's still a rolled D4, so I can roll a D4 and you hit it and you only take 1 damage. You're like, sick. But also you can.
Wait, how hard do I have to hit a wall for it to trigger?
You don't have to hit it very hard, but even then, like, just hitting the wall, like if you want, like, if you say like it's all about wording in D&D. So that, like, I know you haven't played real D&D, you've only played Baldur's Gate, so it's a little. You know, but here's a lesson for you. It's always about, like, being specific. So like, if you say you punch a wall, I'm going to assume that you meant that you cocked your fist back and punched that wall like it was an enemy.
So I gently punched the wall.
Yeah, but if you said, like, I'm just going to kind of gently smack the walls a bit, you know? I'm just going to kind of open hand, just try to smack a couple of these walls, see if anything happens, you know?
Can I kiss the walls and it would trigger it?
I might still, if you get like a nat 1 on doing that, I might still, like, you hit your palm on something and like a sharp rock stabs you and you lose 2 damage. You know, just because if you're going to be doing
that, just gets caught in the wall.
Yeah, literally, like you're like, I go to listen on this wall and my ear gets bit by a mite. So stuff like that. But like theoretically, no, yeah. If you're, you know, and that's what's beautiful about D&D. Like, there are moments where you guys are going to put your brains together and you're going to come up with something that's off the wall and you're going to destroy the epic boss that I came up with. It's going to piss me off. But that's the point. You know, you guys are supposed to have fun. Like, I'm not just the bad guy. I'm here to create a world for you guys to thrive in and feel like it's real.
Yep.
Another important question. Can we make mayonnaise and mix it with meth and torture someone?
You can torture. I mean, look. So keep in mind okay. So in any D&D campaign, I mean, you have pretty much any freedom. But just remember that, like, I also have to make the world realistic. So, like, if you go and decide to, like, kidnap this guard that's giving us trouble, like, that's all great. But why does your character look like that?
Do you see under my armpit in the picture? There's a hole through the character that is.
There is.
Yeah, I just noticed.
So, like, you can fucking. Oh god, I lost my train of thought. God damn it, man! What was I saying? Oh, so it's all about, like, obviously you can do just about anything. Yeah, you can torture some dude, but the problem is, like, let's just say you don't kill that guy, or you kill him and you don't dispose of him very well, or you, like, roll like really low on your stealth check while you guys are trying to dispose of the body, and you guys get caught. There will be consequences because it is a real world. You are living in a world with, you know, like, consequences, people, feelings, thoughts.
Okay. So if I use suggestion on another person to torture a dude, he did it, not me. Could work.
Yes, sir. That is true. But remember that there are better wizards than you, and like, think about it. Even if we're at like level 6 in the campaign, at any given point, there is at least one archmage in this universe. Right? At least one. More than likely, though, there's at least one per city. That's oftentimes on retainer for things like that. You know, hey, this really odd crime just came up. I mean, it seems pretty cut and dry, like this guy just murdered this other guy, but could you check? Oh yeah, it seems that this guy was suggested, so there's definitely some more nefarious things at play.
Is there a way to make it where it leaves no trace?
There are some, I assume, but I don't know for sure. Like, it's things that I have to look into. And I think it's also depending on the spell as well. It also depends on, like, the area. Like, automatically, like, people with suggestion and charm person are automatically looked at suspiciously. Like just having those, you're already looked at as like a suspicious person. But if you're
So
caught
it's good to keep it a
using
secret.
suggestion or charm person, it is illegal in most places in D&D.
Okay.
It is
Definitely
like
want that skill.
like suggestion is not as bad because it is, again, it's just suggestion. It's just, I suggest that we be friends. Where a
Suggest
charm
you give
person
me a
is
fucking
basically
discount.
it is basically control. Like you're charming them to do as you please. It is slavery.
Okay. Slavery.
So like I said, so you can. That's what's beautiful about D&D. You can do anything in D&D, but just remember that like it is just like the real world, and anything that you do is going to have negative, positive repercussions somewhere. Like fucking in one of our campaigns, assassins started hunting us down in the middle of the night, so we left the planet. Just avoided that problem entirely.
I definitely want to make some kind of ring wraith type character. Maybe Sauron.
Just look up like ring wraith type D&D character 5e, and then if you find something that's good, just like send me the link for it, and I'll tell you if it's okay.
Okay.
Same thing with you, Various. Like if there's something that you specifically want to play that makes you feel one way or another, it makes you happy, totally cool, as long as it's like something that is doable. Like I won't, like I'm gonna basically just try to be like a DM like my uncle. Like I'm not gonna tell anybody that they can't have fun, but at the same time, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna research what you're showing me, making sure that there isn't anything that could be like overly OP or game breaking, because I just don't want, like it's gonna be fun, but then as soon as you realize that you can break the game and the game's super easy for you, it's no longer fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So other than that, I literally won't have a problem with pretty much anything. Like I literally saw a character, saw a video. I'm pretty sure Ryu sent it to me, where somebody wanted to be like a shape-changing druid that could change into machines or whatever, and wanted basically to be Optimus
I don't think
Prime.
I sent you that one.
Yeah, it was just basically, I want to be Optimus Prime. And it was just a guy, so like, if you can do it, and you can make it, like, not fucking
Not
absolutely
overpowered.
retarded and overpowered, like, as long as it makes sense, I'm about it, man. I am all for, like, trying to cheat the system into making it so you have something super cool that nobody else thought of.
Yeah, I'm already writing something up.
I'll find a character sheet for someone made for a ring wraith and just change it up a bit for me.
Well, what I mean by that is, oh shit, I'm gonna die.
Oh shit.
So what I mean by that is, there's a trade over here, by the way, too. So, you're gonna make your own character. It isn't that you're gonna find a character. So what you're gonna do is
I'm gonna
basically,
get an ideal from one.
yeah, what you can do is there's like something like, there's like a D&D wiki basically with like homebrews that show like classes that people made so for specific styles, like whether it be like the Shadow Sorcerer or like the different colleges of the Bard that people have come up with over time, blah blah blah. So come up with those, and that will give you basically how your character will play. Most likely, it'll be a normal whatever it is until level 3. That's pretty much how it works. Like we'll probably start like if I notice a lot of you guys are picking like specialized characters, we'll probably start at level 3 instead of 1, because you'll notice that like level 1 to 3, pretty much you'll just be like, if we'll say the Shadow Sorcerer for instance, since I know it. So like level 1 and 2, you were just a sorcerer. There was nothing different about you. When you got to 3, though, you finally got some of the abilities that made you different and made your character the Shadow Sorcerer. Yeah.
Ooh, that's fun.
There's a clue behind us, and it isn't gone, meaning that like our clues are for the other boss. Oh shit. I know, for instance, like, for you, you always talk about playing the Oathbreaker. You can play a straight-up Oathbreaker without having to pick a paladin and then break an oath with D&D. So you can just play, like, a really, like, I have an Oathbreaker that I've made, and the Oathbreaker is fun to play with. After you get to a certain level, it can just straight-up control undead within a certain area of itself. And then it also has a couple other cool abilities. But yeah, no. If you ever have questions on that character, I can tell you how to run it. It's actually quite hilariously fun. I don't even like melee characters, and the Oathbreaker was actually pretty cool. Whoa.
Oh, did we just get shot at?
We did, I just don't know what from.
I don't know where they're throwing this shit from.
I don't need it there, to be honest.
Ouch.
I don't fucking see anybody.
Pretty close to throw shit at us, though.
There's people over there.
There's people over here somewhere. Can't tell if they're throwing it over the gate or they're outside, like over there. Why have we only been getting dark maps?
I can't see them. Let's move. I just have to try to get to those just other shooting and shit. Oh, there's BB lady. Fuck.
Ah, I locked her in. Sure, guy to our right. No.
Oh, I think they were banishing there. There's no way that there's. Look at this. There's one there, and there's one here. They're straight up banishing, like in buildings, almost right fucking next to each other. Which one is this one? Is this the one that's been banishing?
This is the butcher, banisher, not banisher. The pig butcher dude.
We got a little closer. I don't want to spend too much time doing so. I'm gonna throw down an ammo box.
Just realized I needed it too. Fucking hate dark maps.
Yeah, me too. Is this still by you, too? Oh boy.
Ah, shit. The new guy.
The new guy.
Sounds like they're to
There's
the
an
right.
evac. Outside. Yeah.
Oh, they might. Oh, fuck. Threw that rat at us. Oop, shot at me. Ah. Oh my god! I think he's in the bush right next to us.
I'm gonna fucking make it to the extraction real quick so I can hold them off.
Oh fucking zombie followed me.
I think I see you.
He's right there.
Yep, just hit one.
You good?
Huh?
You good?
Yeah, I was just killing a zombie that was on us.
They're fighting someone else.
Probably fighting the other guys. Because they're probably coming in for this extraction too. I don't have any clean shots on anyone sadly, but we'll hold.
It's so dark, I could barely hit anyone. See a guy right over there. He went to the left. I want to make sure they don't run to the evac while
Yeah,
we're
no.
trying to look.
There's another evac at Blanchett Graves too. They could start heading that direction.
One's in that barn and one's in this barn.
Oh shit.
Oh fuck. Where'd that shot come from? Oh, he's up there. Second floor. Try to scope, for fuck's sake.
Which window was he in, do you know?
He was like, I think he ran in the side, but he was right at that door. Oh, I'm dead. I don't know where. I think he's at the pond. Like below it.
Oh my god.
Goddamn, fucking dark map. I'm blaming it on that.
Yeah, I know, it's so hard to see on the dark maps.
Bloodline peak? What? Unlock bloodline rank on. Oh.
Give me a sec while I wipe my glasses. They're a little smudged. We'll pick a setting first, too, because there are some settings that are a bit restrictive on class, things like that, but not every setting.
I think I've got a decent class worked up.
How it works is we'll roll for stats when we all get together. We've had like once you can basically get all the skills for your character / like whatnot written down, starting gear. Depending on the character and the class and their background, they'll probably get to pick 2 languages, blah blah.
I have a butler that translates for me.
You'll have to probably look at like you'll probably have to look at a player's handbook because you've never done a character sheet, so we'll have to like go over like what it all you need to go over, because not only do you have to go over like depending on level 1, 2, or 3 all the stats and stuff, but you have to pick like a certain amount of languages that you'll know. You'll also have to have like a
I'm getting a phone call. Give me a sec.
yeah, take it.
Oh fuck! I just realized I've been basing my fucking character off a level 10. God damn it!
Yeah.
Now I have to backtrack.
I
So
have
is
my
this going to
players.
be a? Is this going to be a shorter D&D
Up
type
to you
of
guys.
thing, or is this going to be like a? All right.
Totally up to you. We could do a one shot if you'd like to start, and then we could just get right into something that you guys find really interesting and just do a full campaign and just try to meet every week or whatever you guys find viable. But it's really up to you guys. That's kind of the beauty with D&D. I'll get like a feel for how everybody feels that they would prefer. Maybe try with like a one shot and then do a more full fledged campaign. If we were gonna do something one shot, I might like, even if it's a little more restrictive, we might do something like the Dark Souls one or something, because it'll just, since it's just gonna be a one shot adventure, it'll be simpler. I always feel bad though for doing one shot adventures, because like we have to make sure, if we're gonna do it one shot, we have to make sure that we definitely devote like at least 2 to 4 hours to it, because otherwise you feel kind of cheated that you took like 1 to 2 hours to make a character to play with the character for 1 to 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, yeah, I'm just wondering, because it was a shorter campaign, then I'd only want to map it out to about level 10, because that's usually where I'd end up. But
Okay.
if it's longer, then up to 20 would be where I'd map it out to.
Well, what do you mean by map it out? Out of curiosity.
Levels, like every time my character levels up, what I'm going to level into, that kind of thing, if I get a good roll on it.
I see.
Yeah. I don't know, every time I tried not mapping it out, and then it's like, oh god, I leveled up, what the fuck?
I was gonna say, okay, well, I was just curious, because we'll start at 3, and honestly, like per sesh, we'll only probably level up like once.
Okay.
But I do understand having to like get an idea of what you want the character to look like in the future, like kind of wanting to know what an endpoint is. But I would say don't go past 10 at first. Basically just because then you don't feel like you put in a shit ton of work for something that we only played to level 5 or something. Do remember, I don't know if you're aware, but every level you can choose how 5th ed works now. You can choose between leveling 1 stat twice or 2 stats once. Is how every level works now in 5th ed. So like if you're you already have like, let's just say you're at like 17 on one of your stats and like 16 and then like 15 on another stat, and knowing that every 2 will give you that extra bonus, you're like, fuck it, I'm going to do 1 in the 15 and 1 in the 17, so I have a 16, 18 stat, both getting a higher bonus.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I haven't played, I think I played 1 game in 4th edition, so I'm really fucking behind.
Definitely,
like all of this.
Don't be afraid to just look up a 5th ed player's handbook real quick and look up what you need for the character, because it's a lot simpler. 4th ed was rough compared to 5th.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like, that's my uncle's favorite edition is 3rd.
Yep.
But he doesn't really enjoy 5th as much, because it's just a little easier. Like 5th ed is really a lot more forgiving. Like it does not want your characters to die as well as where it did like back in the day. And leveling's a little easier too. What's nice is too, if you already know like the basis of your character, they have in the player's handbook a full like table for the levels from 1 to 20 for each character class. So you can, and that will actually tell you like, so at level 5 I should know 5 spells. I should have 3 first level slots, 2 second level, 1 3, blah blah. So that chart will tell you exactly what feats, blah blah, things like that you'll know by level 10. So then you can just kind of like have yourself set up that way and make it easy.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, I immediately, as soon as we started talking about it, jumped to D&D Beyond, so...
Nice, yeah. I was like, luckily, I have a physical player's handbook with me, if you guys need it. I can always just
Yeah.
pull it up / whatever. And then I also have the physical Dark Souls rulebook. We have a couple other settings. And then, like I said, honestly, the hardest part of the character is the class, and then you have to pick a background, and then you have to pick like a job. And then you have to pick beginning armor, beginning set, but that sounds harder than it is because you don't really get that much choice. If you look at a class, like so for instance you're doing a fighter, something in that area, when you go into the 5th ed fighter class area, it'll say you can choose between A and B for one starting equipment, A and B for this starting. I think it'll probably be something like between, you have to choose like any simple weapon or any blah blah. So each one's a little different.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I'm looking for it. Maybe a Paladin Artificer, though I'm a little iffy on multi-classing since 5e isn't great with that, but I would
What
like
is your
to
end
at
goal?
least, decent agility and...
I guess my question is better. What? So like, the reason you're picking Artificer, what is like this character, like when pretend he's at level 20 and he's this badass? What is it that you want him to be?
I'm trying to pick up heavy armor.
Okay.
Because I think that would be good for a character, but it's a little hard to multi-class Paladin into that, because from what I'm seeing here, it looks like you need to have 13 strength to multi-class
for a lot of
Paladins now.
Yeah, and then there's also, and like a lot of the heavy armor just has a flat, like, requirement of strength and things like that.
Yeah.
You also run into a like if you wear too heavy, so if you wear like a half plate, for instance, you're fine. But if you wear like a full plate or whatever, then you reduce your movement as well. You start to reduce movement. But let me pull up the Paladin real fast.
Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I've been writing stuff down. I have to pull up the notes again. Let's see.
Alright, Paladin. Let's see.
It also depends what setting we end up choosing, because a lot of the stuff I have written down here could go out if we do like the Lord of the Rings or the Dark Souls campaign. So,
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Let's see. Starting
there's
equipment.
like lineage. That's a thing. Is lineage still a thing, or did they get rid
lineage? No. You have.
Okay.
So here, I'm gonna go to the creating a character or whatever, and I'll tell you like what it is that they asked for now.
Alright.
So in the glossary or the table of contents for creating a character, it's basically choosing a race, choosing a class, choosing your personality and background. And the personality background basically is like character details, what inspires the character, and like backgrounds are kind of like, did he come from like a rich family, things like there are like backgrounds they give you in the back here. What's nice is, scroll back here, they have these like backgrounds they'll give you that are like ideas, but like some of them are like charlatan, entertainer, things like that. They're just like ideas that kind of further shape your character, kind of giving them more how they became who they are. Like if you're a guy who's like constantly conning people, like why is it that have you become that? And so that's kind of what your background is.
Yeah.
And then you have your equipment, like your starting equipment, blah blah. And then obviously there is a chapter that is for like customizing options for multi-classing and feats, it says here. And so let's take a gander at that, because we need to see how it is to see if it's actually viable for you. What does it say? 163. Okay, so multi-classing allows you to gain levels in multiple classes. Doing so lets you mix the abilities of the classes to realize a character concept that might not be reflected in one of the standard. Yeah, and see, like you were saying, multi-class prerequisites. For Paladin, you need to have both 13 strength and charisma.
Oh, dude, 13 charisma. I didn't see that there.
Yeah, it says it right here in the 5th Ed Player's Handbook. You need strength 13 and charisma 13 for a minimum.
Okay.
But I don't know
So
what the stats for Artificer are.
From what I can tell, it's a little more forgiving than the Paladin. I might go Fighter Artificer.
Okay.
Just drop
Fighter,
Paladin,
you can go.
but...
It's strength 13 or dexterity 13. You can choose between the two.
Okay. Yeah.
Which gives you a little more freedom to play. So something to keep in mind.
Yep. Yeah. Let's see.
Various. I sent you one.
Yes, I can see.
Yeah, I don't know. Something.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I'm trying to.
Let me send it to you, so.
Yeah.
This is what I have so far.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out my own fucking class right now.
I don't even know if the stuff I have is okay.
Yeah, I haven't even really looked at D&D since issue 3, so...
What kind of undead will you be playing? Because you can't just... Depending on, you won't be able to play this. Well, there are that's why I was saying, like, so for instance, like a vampire is an undead. A skeleton come back to life, like reanimated, you know, and some of them are way shittier than others, and so I would think about that, like, you know, what you want to be there.
Okay,
because...
do you see the, it's like, it's at the very bottom, the new ring wraith? That one? Will that be okay?
Wait. So when the ring wraith is killed, they drop a ring of power. The ring is worn.
Seems like a cool ideal to me, but
it would be cool.
Okay.
But somebody'd have to. They'd have to be. They'd have to. You know, like they'd have to be. They'd have to decide to be stupid enough to do it. Because you'd be dead. You can't really.
They don't know anything about it.
Yeah, exactly. But I was going to say, what are you pulling these from? Because, like, you're not going to, like, I mean, you might be able to get a poison or disease immunity depending on the class, but you're probably not going to get it.
I was thinking, like, skeleton.
So what you want to do, Ryu, is look up, like,
or could I have it, like, if I do die, I could be brought back, but they have to put it on a skeleton or something. I want it to be overpowered, so like a one-time thing.
Highest stats. The problem is, the problem I'm going to run in with running a skeleton is really any undead as a player race. It's going to be a little overpowered. You don't really think about it, but like,
okay,
we'll think about it. Skeleton doesn't need to eat, drink, breathe, sleep. You're immune to exhaustion.
Can I be a special skeleton where I have to?
Maybe. I mean, I was like.
Instead of skeleton, you could do, like, I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's basically a zombie.
A ghoul?
I think so. Because that way it circumvents a lot of the problems with skeleton. To a degree.
Yeah, I could be a ghoul.
Yeah.
That can never take off his mask, because if anyone sees me, they'll want to fucking kill me.
Then again, I would definitely listen to Soul. He knows 5e. I'm
Well,
stuck in
he's-
3e.
You
So,
can still use healing potions.
The cool ideal seems good.
you could nerf it by making it so he can't use healing potions, because, I mean,
Well,
there's nowhere for the
healing
potion
potions
to
can be
go.
used actually for skeletons, but it's funny you say that. Skeletons, because
Can
they're
I eat
undead,
corpses to heal?
can't be healed by healing magic, because
Huh.
healing magic is it's strictly, you know, purifies evil and things like that most of the time. Also,
Yeah.
most of those magic spells say humanoid, and undead technically are not.
Oh, you got a
Okay.
point.
I can eat corpses.
I mean, yeah. I would have thought it would be the other way around, that there's some sort of healing magic that would work, but potions don't, because there's nowhere for the potion to go.
You
Yeah,
gotta hit
right.
me with a curse to heal me.
Could also be timed healing based on rest. It would be a little rough because it would mean you have higher hit points, but also you wouldn't be able to heal normally.
Okay, so this guy, this one, so after doing a little research here, I found some people who thought of a couple ways to cleverly do it to make it so that it isn't so overpowered or something. So they say that Van Richten's did, you know, with the lineages, for instance, back in 30, they have a lineage that's called Reborn, and you can, you know, work around that. They also have Eberron and brought in Warforged. They're like trying to think how I Warforged are like walking, living robot groups,
Oh yeah, I forgot about them.
right? And what's cool is, since they're kind of like robotic and like made from wood, metal, you know, things like that. You could actually
Good
reskin it to make him be like a skeleton-esque metal skeleton monstrosity of sorts, but you're still just a warforged.
Could I just make him human and just make the ring a curse type thing and change up the stuff?
Yeah, I mean, if you want it,
Stuff.
like, if you're only basically going for cosmetic Ryu, you can absolutely just, like, you know, cursed human, cursed like, you could, you know, pick an elf and then just have them be cursed to be that way. But I was just trying to figure out a way to, you know, so that it technically worked a little more. But Warforged are, like, actual, like, living automatons, and they can look all sorts of ways. And they can be skeletonified if you'd like. If you want to be something that is like a little more legit, just look up Warforged 5e, and that will give you a stat block for it. And you can even look at images to see. They're kind of like Titan-esque. Like, they're a bunch of these fucking monster robots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
I'm
you can
very human.
and you can basically just like reskin him to make him look like the person who when he was created, he was made to instill fear, you know. So, and that already has a player race stat block.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I will say I might need some help.
Yeah, no, I'll help you.
Starting to
I'll help.
blow me apart.
Yeah, that's why I have the player's handbook. You know, we're basically. I don't care if you want to sit together. I'll explain it, what you all have to do. But yeah, no, that's the whole point. Ryu's never done it either. I mean, Hector's done it 3 times now, and every time he still sits there for 4 hours freaking out about all the amazing options, and then goes with the Ranger.
I definitely just want to make some kind of ring raid.
Yeah.
Shit you not. I think he's been he was a caster once, and that was because we played in Strixhaven, which is specifically a fucking school for casting. It was basically Strixhaven is a setting from Wizards of the West of Magic, the Gathering setting, and it is four of powerful like mage dragons or whatever made that college for knowledge. And we went there and we had an adventure there. And Hector was a fucking blob creature. He was a plasmoid. Yeah, that's a fun one. You should look that up, Ryu.
Okay.
It's not anything you want.
What are your
versus
thoughts
skill.
on that ring ability, though?
I mean, that's fine. Like I said, you're just gonna run into the problem that like the party, if they find out about it, won't do it. So I'm gonna have to just be like basically Varius already knows, so he's not gonna do it. And so.
Oh, I don't want to take one of the like.
Well, but yeah, again, this is a D. Well, this is D&D. You have to think like this ring is usable. It is a magical item, like it is your curse. And if it is a curse that, when picked up and worn, it will transfer to anybody. And if you're one of your campaign members picked it up and put it on, then they could lose their character. Next thing you know, you're taking them over.
Okay, can I warn them about it as soon as we start?
You can warn everybody if you would prefer it that way, and you just want it to be a gag where it happens to an NPC.
Yeah, because I don't want to fuck over someone's character.
I do want you to keep in mind that I'm also not going to if it happens, and I'll try my best, but at the same time remember that if your character dies and somebody doesn't pick it up immediately, then you still need to remake a character. And you're you have to come you're gonna have to. I'm even though I am a really nice even though I'm a really nice guy, you'd have to So if you're gonna come up with the same type, you have to come up with a damn good excuse or reason in universe how all of a sudden you have another person that is almost exact a copy of you that's replacing you. That ring will work if somebody picks it up, but let's just say somebody doesn't when you die and nobody's cursed at the time, and you decide to make another character and you wanted to be Ring Wraith-esque or whatever, right? That is fine, but you need to come up with a good enough reason that it will satisfy me as the DM that why there is another you, practically.
I have 4 Ring Wraith brothers.
Now I'm really curious what the hell you were talking about.
Of course, I'll tell you in a
when
second.
I permanently die, the memory goes to my next brother.
I know how you could make this work.
Tell me, brother.
If you class into Lich, you can make the ring your phylactery.
Oh my god. Oh, but if it gets destroyed.
Yeah, but that's the same as the ring wraiths. If the ring is destroyed, they're gone too.
I was thinking, if it does happen, the memory, because the ring is a memory stored, so if I die and it gets destroyed and stuff, it goes to the next brother, and they retain my memory, but they're still a different person.
Yeah. Just run it by Soul when he comes back if classing into Lich would work, because that's the best way. It would get rid of the whole, cursed object thing, but it would be because Liches already need phylacteries. It's usually a personal item or something like that, but you could realistically class into that and be a Lich, and it would just work,
Yeah, but the ideal, if it does get destroyed and stuff, and I do have 4 brothers who are different, they have different abilities and stuff, they're not all the same as me, and all my memory goes to the next one.
Yeah.
I think that would work.
Yeah.
Your thought?
Maybe. I mean, if
because I would still have to make a new character, but the same memory.
The thing that he talked about with the robots, I can't remember what they're called, but you could realistically do it so that it's backup units, something like that.
They're called...
I can't remember. But those robots, it could be when one dies, another is activated.
Warforged.
Yeah.
That's what they're called.
One dies, another is activated in its place to continue the mission.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Kind of like in Destiny with the robots there, it's You die, you're redone, and then
Like
they
a hive
relearn
mind.
everything. Technically, you're another guy. No, it's like a copy of your personality. They don't have your memories after they were copied, though. That way, it would be kind of like playing a new character. Kind of like how it's Cade 6, and there were 5 others before him, and he has to, like, reread all of his stuff.
Oh, shit. That could work.
That way, you're playing like a different
keep
character.
my memory.
I mean, you could write it down like he does. He has a bunch of journals in that game.
Oh, I just a character that has like fucking 12 journals on his chest.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to make it work. It's just a little complicated. But
I feel like
I do think
it might work if he lets it.
Yeah.
But I'm only limited to 4.
Yeah. I do think if he doesn't let this one ask him about Lich, I feel like that would work well, because if your ring is your phylactery, not only does that work in lore, but it makes sense for the character, and it's not too overpowered because you can make it kind of obvious. It wouldn't be like an immortality token. So
Yeah. Or I like retain a fraction, and I have to roll on how much I actually get to keep what.
Yeah. Then again, it's been a long time since I made a character. I don't even know if Lich is.
To me,
still
this
a
makes
class.
sense, but it's still all up to him.
Oh yeah. I don't even know if Lich is still a class.
Broken.
Yeah. I mean, I'm mostly basing this all off like old information from the older versions of D&D, so it's complicated.
It goes to my racist brother.
Yeah.
I speak all languages, and I hate all of them.
Yeah. Right now I'm trying to make a Dark Angel, and it's actually working really well in the,
Are you gonna be like
lore.
a rogue?
No, I'm gonna be a paladin, because the Dark Angels come from an order of knights already, so it already works.
You're gonna steal shit, right?
No. Dark Angels don't do that. They hunt Oathbreakers,
Blood Angels
basically.
do?
Blood Angels do. Dark Angels are different. They hunt Oathbreakers already in Warhammer lore, so that kind of works in D&D.
That would be fun.
Yeah. Well, because there's a whole section of the Dark Angels that they, like, betrayed the lion, so now the Dark Angels are hunting all of them. So, Oathbreaker Hunter Paladin works real well.
I'm definitely gonna need help, like, figuring out stats and stuff, because I have no idea what would work.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't even know to have stats.
Because I don't want to make up a number and then be like, that's way too much for your level.
Yeah. I mean, it honestly depends if you're, like, multi-classing or something like that, or if you want, like, specific, like, upgrades, I guess you could call them. But it's been so long since I've done this that it's like, I don't know what stats to put on mine. I'm just figuring out
I don't know what
class.
stats are anymore.
I know my class: Variant Human, Paladin, hunts Oathbreakers.
This is true or not? What's going on in America? Apparently, at 7 a.m.
Okay,
Do you know what
what's
time
this?
school starts in the UK? Are you ready? 9 a.m. It starts at 9 a.m. America have already been studying 2 hours, right? All the Brits even got in school. What? Is this true? Are you joking? School starts at 7 a.m. in America.
Like, I'm looking at trying to find character sheets of Ring Wraith, so I could take my ideal off of that. But all of their skills are overpowered as shit. Like, wait, what's this one? Yeah. Oh, it's literally another one based off the Ring Wraith comeback skill. But they have to fucking do a roll of a D25 Wisdom saving throw.
Yep. That actually really would work.
And if they fail, I take over the body.
Yeah. You know, with the Lich thing, I know I keep bringing it up, but I really feel like it would be the best thing. With the phylactery, you could make it so it was, like, made crudely. So instead of just saving you immediately, you have to do a roll to see if it'll bring you back.
Yeah.
Something like that.
do the, like, oh, they take it, I'm dead, so I have to make a whole new character. I still have the ring skill, but I have to make different skills.
Yeah. I don't even know what skills there are anymore. I'm just making a fucking character. Yeah.
As long as I get to keep my cool ring that might have, like, ability or two that comes with it, I'm happy.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say, I'm not trying, like, even though I am going to more than likely multi-class into Artificer, I'm not gonna try and make a bolter in fucking...
Okay, I would like to put together this hunk of steel that's bigger than a man's head, whole body, torso, you know?
Yeah.
And it shoots these magical missiles that will obliterate everyone it comes across with armor-piercing rounds that will kill any fucking like force field instantly. Ooh, what's this one? Move through other creatures, objects. Yeah, all of these are so, like, broken abilities.
Yeah. I'm not even looking at abilities right now. I'm just trying to justify my my things that I'm doing with my character.
It works because I say so.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking medium armor and decent perception.
Hit points 540.
Oh my god.
I am a one-shot god, but I have negative HP.
Yeah. Well, I want to make him a good swordsman, but he has really low charisma because he's a knight and he really looks down on, like, everyone else.
Nice to meet you, cunt. That's the king.
Yeah. Well, he's also, I'm gonna do variant human, so he's, like, bigger than everyone else. It's like a human that's been modified. Well, it's like modified human, so, like, wizard gets to him and gives him, like, goat legs. That's technically a variant human. But I'm thinking modified by a wizard who appeared weirdly one day. Wizard was attacked by his son and left on a certain throne.
Just gave like fighter plus death cleric plus shadow monk, hexblade plus death cleric. I don't know what those are, but they sound cool.
Oh man, I forgot about the death cleric.
Don't know what it does, but it sounds cool.
Yeah.
Do you not know what it is?
No. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've been into any of this.
Fighter plus undead warlock. I don't really want to go undead, though. Ding ding ding.
Yeah. I don't know, I have a basic outline, but nothing fucking filled in.
Yeah. I feel like mine is a good start. Just gotta get everything okayed.
Yeah. I'm honestly gonna nerf my character in some ways too, so that I can justify other things. He only speaks one language.
Yeah.
Celsius energy drink. Celsius energy drink has 4 times the amount of daily cyanide that a human being's meant to ingest.
I really hope
I speak one language and it's mine, bitch. Yeah.
Well, that's exactly what I'm going for. It's like, yeah, no, he's not going to speak any other languages because he hates all other species.
I speak the language of our fucking emperor, and you ain't one of them.
I speak the language of the Primarch, and that's good enough for me.
Any other language is heresy.
Actually, the Astartes don't really talk about heresy that often, because most of them actually knew the Emperor and were like, oh, this religion is fucking dumb.
Bullshit.
But nobody bothers them about it because, hey, turns out you can't really fuck with the 9-foot-tall super soldier.
Damn, I barely have anything for mine. Now that I look at it, I got language and just the fucking ring ability.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna text you mine. It's very bare bones, but
Mine's worse.
mine doesn't.
I don't even know my armor.
Mine doesn't even have like abilities or anything. This is just a basic like beginning.
Okay, Dark Angel, D lore, Paladin, yeah, medium, heavy armor class. Hunts Oathbreakers. Wears dark green armor with a cloak and a hood. Tronic, I don't know that word. Good, language, common, expert,
Chaotic
swordman.
good.
Chaotic good. What does that mean? You're a good chaotic, or you love to be chaotic and it's good?
Well, because I hunt Oathbreakers, if we find anybody who has broken a promise, I will have to behead them.
Okay, but what if they are a higher level than us and will kick our ass most likely?
I will
Refrain.
begrudgingly. I will be plotting in the background, but I'm
Add them to your list.
anything.
You gotta add in, you have a list of people you'll get back to.
Well, I'm thinking I'll only hunt like Oathbreaker Paladins, so I really hope nobody chooses to play an Oathbreaker Paladin. Because I will immediately fight them.
Or you communicate with them, understand what the fuck happened, and maybe not rip his head off.
I'm a Dark Angel, we don't do that.
Oh, well, in the circumstances of you have to work with him.
Yeah. Nah.
This is nice. Order of Trade Mastered. Outbreak alone. Good good perception.
That's just a good idea. That's just ideas for like stats and stuff like that, and an explanation for the hunting the Oathbreakers thing. Because you're gonna need that. Because that's gonna be like the basis of my backstory. I like left the Knightly Order to go hunt the Oathbreakers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, very bare bones, a lot of stuff to work on, but I think it's decent for just now starting on it.
Could I do, like, wears black cloak with medium to heavy armor?
I think you could do medium armor. Heavy armor, you would have to class into Artificer.
Okay, so medium armor.
Yeah.
So I could use, like, a...
I don't think that's correct there. There are various... I don't think you have to class... I don't think you'll have to class to get heavy armor. I think you just have to... I think it's just a strength requirement, right, Bobby?
Is it? I'm wondering, because... Oh yeah, you're right. I was more thinking
for like a heavy... yeah, just like
infusions.
Okay, so I could do, like, medium to heavy armor. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Oh yeah.
So there are some. So there are some classes that start with a proficiency already, basically for that armor, right? But. Yeah. So like for instance, like fighter is proficient in definitely light and medium, but it might be any armor, so there would be no need to stat into another class just so you could be able to wield heavy. And then what's nice is, like my uncle and I were just saying, theoretically, if your class didn't have that proficiency, at one of your levels that gives you an ability score, if you notice, I don't know if you do this, but like every ability score, or like every place where you did an ability score improvement, you can also pick a feat instead. So if you don't want to level, like if your stats are all you're doing pretty fine, you know, we're a couple levels in, you're fine, you can just pick a feat and then become proficient in the armor that you want.
Nice.
So you would not actually have to do that.
There. Oh yeah, and I had an idea for the ring wraith thing. Just wanted to throw it out there. What if he was a lich and the ring was his phylactery and he had to do a roll?
I was thinking, I think, Bobby, correct me if I'm wrong, but me and you have done ring wraith. Shade is the best for that, right? That's like not too OP. Yeah, there is an undead race that is.
Take that and just slap a skin on it. You got whatever you want.
Yeah, but Shade was a really good one for that, right?
Actually, I think they were still living creatures though. That's my only point.
Oh, that the Shade was technically a living creature.
Yeah. Like, were you thinking of the ones I showed you from the Forgotten Realms book that I was telling you?
Yeah, the one where we were gonna do
Those
that.
are still actually alive.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're outsiders, like angels and devils and demons.
I see. Are you trying to be dead, Ryu, or do you just want to be cool?
I just want the ring ability to work. So I good with whatever.
Well, the only reason I asked is because, like, like a Shade is basically the D&D's ring wraith. Like,
A shade?
yeah, like the way, at least the way it looks. Like, just literally type in Shade 5e, and like the first image is like, shit you not, the first image.
Oh, that guy! Oh, yeah. That awesome picture.
Yeah, it literally is a ring wraith without a hood.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In the book, like if you turn the page, you'll get the hood picture.
Yep, and if you turn the page, you'll get the hooded one. Literally, the next one down, it shows me the one that is in the book, and it is the hooded one.
Yeah.
You literally, like, here, I'll send you a screenshot, Riri.
But yeah, no, I love those things. Those were one of my.
No, they're really cool.
In third ed.
Yeah.
That was why I kept hitting my head against the wall, trying to make a balanced version of fifth. The only thing I could do is just shrug and go, well, I can either have this balance or I can have it be what it was. I'm gonna go with what it was. So I basically just ported over the real thing.
That's a Shade right there. That's not the playable race stats, so don't look at those stats. That's like its monster stats.
But wait, if I remember correctly, it's based off of actual person though, because they are humans to begin with before they become shades. So they don't level with like monster hit die. They level with class level. That one in the picture was actually like he was like a 6th level sorcerer.
That's fair, yeah. The one I sent him, that wasn't I didn't send him that picture. I sent him the one of the Shade in the monster manual.
Okay.
But the actual
Endless pain. Suffers endless. To imagine for the living when the person is killed.
Then Tolkien got all Sue happy, sadly.
Well, he should. And that's when we have Triumphs, Halflings, and Death Knights. Death Knights are actually the equivalent of Ring Knights.
I found a character that doesn't sound super OP. You even get a little bit of ghostly flesh, which is you can use your action to dissolve your physical body into ephemeral stuff of spirits. You become translucent and devoid of color, and the air around you grows cold. Transformation lasts for a minute or until you end it as a bonus action. During it, you have a flying speed of 30 with the ability to hover, and you have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical attacks, basically. Or silvered weapons will also still hurt you. Imperfect undeath. So you're a humanoid, but you partially transition into undeath, makes you susceptible to effects that target undead. But luckily, you can still regain hit points from spells like Cure Wounds and stuff. So. It says here the game effects that raise a creature from the dead work on you as well as normal, but they'll only return you to life as a shade. A true resurrection or a wish spell can restore you to life as a fully living member of your original race, but as far as like for your shade form. So, you know. Let me go to fighter and see if it is, in fact, proficient in heavy armor. little bit too far. Good. Fighter, here we go. Okay. Yep, you are proficient in all armor as a fighter, so you don't have to multi-stat if you were only doing it for armor. You hear me, Various?
Oh, sorry, what?
I was letting you know that I just confirmed that fighter um, is proficient in all armors.
Oh, cool.
I just sent you, Ryu, a link to the playable race page that I found for that shade, if you're interested. But yeah, so if you were only trying to multi-class into what's it called, artificer, because you were looking for a heavy armor capability, you don't need to. Fighter itself has proficiency.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just read through all of that. I'm also thinking I could also do medium armor, at least with the character I'm working on, and go for it's a paladin, just flat out, something like that, but I also might reclass artificer into swordsman.
Okay. Well, like I said,
work.
what are you trying to do? Like, what do you want your character to be? Because it really sounds like you're doing a whole lot of unnecessary movements for something that you could probably do with like 1,700 less steps.
Yeah.
So what is it that you want your
know.
character to be? Like, are you looking at, like, just you don't have to be specifics, but like pretend like this is an Elden Ring build or a Dark Souls build or something. Just give me a quick kind of breakdown. What's the character's main stats, or what do you kind of want it to run? Do you want it to run spells at all or not spells? Is this going to be a melee base mostly? You know.
Melee based,
Okay.
mostly swords and stuff like that. Definitely going to be wearing armor.
Okay.
And that's basically I'm just going for modified human, which would just be variant human, I think, if that's still a thing. Variant human, swordsman, paladin, I think.
I was going to say, so variant human. I mean, basically, there are all sorts of. Just look up all the different humanoid races, and you could pretty much play any one you want. Literally everything from fucking plasmoids to you can even be like there's Dragonborn, or like not Dragonborn. You have like a what are they called, the dragon race that stand, like I think they're called Dragonborn actually. So pretty much anything, but just remember that every race has some extra gimmicks and some extra stats, like bonuses.
Yeah. I've honestly thought about going Simic hybrid, because that could work. Because narratively they're humans.
What are they called?
Elves modified. Simic hybrids. SIMIC hybrid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sending this research to humanoid subject, master trying to destroy the various animals of the humans, elves, and Valken. The goal of the so-called Guardian Project is to build a civic army of superior soldiers, perfectly adapted to a variety of combat situations. Solves Guardians, let's see, ability score increased, you get a constitution score increased by 2, and another ability score of your choice increased by 1. Alignment, varied group size, same race you created from. Dark vision. 1 animal enhancement now and 1 at 5th level. Let's see. Mantid Glide. Okay, Nimble Climber. That's not too OP either. You gain breath, water.
Yeah.
It's not too OP. What about the 5s? Okay. Do you know what you're going to pick at level 1 and at level 5?
Level 5, probably acid spit.
Spit acid blows in your mouth,
And,
targeting one creature or object you can see different things.
Let's see.
I mean, that's fine. The acid spit is basically just like, I mean, as a Dragonborn, you have a breath attack, and you can have poison breath attack, so that's cool. You know, that doesn't seem too OP, so you're fine. The only reason I asked is because if you're going to do grappling appendages, we would have to worry about, like,
Oh, yeah.
specializing your armor later, which I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's going to cost good money to have, like, 4 arms.
Yeah, I definitely was. I saw that too, and I'm like, that's gonna cause some real hell later.
So, but that's why I asked. And then,
Yeah.
do you know what you're going to pick for one?
First level, it's a little iffy, because it's between Underwater and Nimble Climber. Because Underwater could be a problem, because that would also require modified armor to a degree.
No. So, with the underwater thing, because so what's funny is, so when you have that heavy of armor, you just walk on the bottom of the water. You just walk on the bottom.
Yeah.
You would just deep sea dive basically, but you already breathe underwater. So no, it's not a problem. That's totally okay.
What I was thinking is, if I have medium to heavy armor, I'm not going to be able to get out of the water.
Yeah, you can just walk out.
Yeah, I know.
And you
I just
can't
love
drown.
the idea. Yeah, I just love the idea of I'm in heavy armor, I jump into the water, and it's like, fuck.
You just
I don't
sink
know
to the
where
bottom.
Shore is.
Yeah, so the only problem is you would have to worry about getting lost, but no, theoretically you're totally fine.
Oh yeah.
You can have that one. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I've also thought about Manta Glide, because that slows fall, but also that would also require modified armor because wings.
No. Because
would it not?
Depending, well, yeah, realistically, it would, but not that expensive, because like way armor's set, there's already slots, right, in the creases of your armpit and up your arm, right, and where your wing would be. The only problem is you just have to recenter your leather straps, which they're leather. That's a lot cheaper than having to change up your whole mail. I can easily come up with a way where leather was situated differently, and that'd be like a couple extra gold. You know what I mean? So no, that one's not a big problem. So if that is your only issue, don't be afraid to pick that one. I will say, I heard you say something earlier about, like, you know, not speaking the languages because, well, I mean, I don't remember what you said because-wise, but, like, not speaking the languages. No matter what, every character is, like, because the game just, like, the idea is that if your character is in this world, in that setting, they'll at least speak common. It's okay if you want to speak two, like, the languages you pick, you can totally pick, like, Deep Speak and fucking, like, Draconian, 2 languages that not a lot of people are going to speak. That's totally fine. But just know that you will speak common, because everybody speaks common.
Yeah. Oh, that was more just me, like, that would be a really cool story idea.
Oh, yeah.
Like, very human-centric group of knights that are not really interested in other species, just
and what's nice is
turning them to ash.
If you're, like, the way you sound, because you said you really, are you going to do sword and shield? Do you want to do, like, is there a certain way
I'm
you...
thinking greatsword, something like that.
Okay, so like a two-hander, something larger?
Two-handed, yeah.
So it looks like for a fighter, you get to choose between chainmail or leather armor to start. You get a longbow and 20 arrows. You get a martial weapon and a shield, or 2 martial weapons. This is just starting gear. Obviously, you can, once you get to a certain level, there is, so for instance, with the fighter and the paladin, they have something called fighting style. So, like, what, I don't know if it's right at level, I think it's at level 1, you choose a fighting style. And how that works is you basically choose one of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're going to start playing my the Ghosty Bear on my phone, so I might not see text. Okay, baby, I love you. I hope you have fun on your game. So there's like 6 stats, 6 like fighting styles you can choose from, rather. So you have archery. You gain a +2 bonus to attack rolls you make with ranged weapons. Defense. While you're wearing armor, you get a +1 bonus to AC. Dueling. When you're wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapons, you gain a +2 bonus to damage rolls with that weapon. And then great weapon fighting. When you roll a 1 or 2 on a damage die for an attack you make with the melee weapon that you're wielding with 2 hands, you can re-roll the die and must use the new roll even if the new roll is a 1 or a 2. The weapon must have the two-handed or versatile property for you to gain this benefit.
Alright.
So what's nice is you can start, so it says a martial weapon and a shield, right, as it's starting. Most, even two-handed weapons and, versatile weapons are martial weapons. You could probably, if I just go to equipment, you could still go pick a two-handed sword and you'll just have a shield on your back.
Yeah.
And that's just,
yeah. I mean, even if I do one-handed, that's not, a huge thing for me. It's more just I want a sword.
No, of course. What's nice is how it works is it says martial weapon is what you get to choose from. So if you go... I look in the player's handbook here. I mean, obviously there are some that are not in the player's handbook, so I always recommend just looking up martial weapons 5e. But the martial melee weapons that are specifically in the player's handbook are battle axe, flail, glaive, great axe, great sword, halberd, lance, longsword, maul, morningstar, pike, rapier, scimitar, short sword, trident, warpick, warhammer, and whip. So out of the swords, you have a great sword, long sword, scimitar, short sword.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, I know you said, listening to the fighting styles, that two-handed fighting style one gave you that bonus where if you're two-handing a weapon, then you get, and if you roll a 1 or a 2, you get the chance to re-roll for free every time. So, what you can do is for instance, the great sword, it says two-handed, so it specifically meets that requirement. The scimitar, it says finesse, light, meaning that it does not meet that requirement. It is a sword, but it will not meet the requirement because it's not a two-handable sword. Yeah. Longsword is versatile, meaning that it can be one or two-handed, meaning that the longsword would still meet the requirement if you're two-handing it. But if you would prefer greatsword, since it is a martial melee weapon, you can absolutely pick that as your starting weapon.
Yeah. I mean, greatsword or longsword, that works. So.
If it helps you choose, the greatsword is 2d6 slashing damage, and the longsword is 1d8.
Okay.
So the greatsword will have more damage potential, just because it rolls 2 dice at a time.
Yeah. Do you see what drawbacks there are? I'm still looking for the actual...
It doesn't really say drawbacks on it because it gives you properties, but the drawbacks will be, it's a little slower, but D&D works is it's turn-based, so it doesn't really matter that it's slower. How it works is that when it's your turn, think of it as there are only milliseconds passing. Every turn is 6 to 10 seconds in game.
Oh yeah.
So think of it as so technically there are no negatives. It's just a bitter sword. It'll weigh more. You know,
it's a weight of 6 compared to the other ones. So.
Yeah, but even then, it's only the longsword's 3 pounds. But so
I'm mostly just looking. Well, it's just I've played games before where it's you have a larger weapon, it's gonna limit the amount of strikes you can do in a single turn, that kind of thing. But
it's limited anyway because you can only have so many actions.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, I had one guy who was like, well, you have a great sword, just can tie out your arm, and I'm like, I want to hit you with a brick.
No, that's not how this works. You're if you as a fighter, if you are trained and proficient in that weapon, then why the fuck would you? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not that.
Yeah, I know he was an asshole. So it's
more
just
there will not
some
be
people
any.
Have rules.
There will not be any drawbacks to using the weapon. Cool. Just keep in mind that every attack, it's just like every attack. It's just going to be up to the roll, and you might roll a shit roll. It has nothing to do with the blade itself. But I want to say, I'll have to see, but there might be something to do, like, because it might bigger weapon, that there might be a reaction thing with like people you're attacking with it. They might have time for a reaction if it hits or whatever, but at the same time, I really don't know actually. But I will ask. But I'm pretty sure there isn't a drawback to it.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. I'd just rather ask, just in case there is some.
No, just ask anything, even if it seems stupid. I'm not worried about it. But yeah, no, you're totally good on greatsword. You're also good on that hybrid species that you want to do. They don't have anything that's too overpowered.
Yeah, I tried not to go too overpowered. I mean, I don't want to fucking break the game just with my fucking species. So
I might just pick up like a. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good setting to start with, man. We won't do Dragonlance because Dragonlance wouldn't have any of these characters, and it's not going to have as much customization or options. So, but we'll do something.
And I will say I have no remembrance whatsoever on how to do stats. So.
Oh well, stats we'll do together, and basically we'll roll them. And how it do it is. My uncle taught me a way. Technically, 5ed they have like they have like base stats that you can get, but fuck that.
Yeah.
So we roll, and if I remember correctly, it's like you roll like 5 d6s or something, and then you re-roll any ones. And you add together the top 3. I think is what it is. I think it's been a while. I have to, but something like that basically. And then that kind of like what you just did there will be 1 stat, and then you do it again, and then that'll be a second stat.
That's way simpler than what I've done in the past. So thank you.
No problem. It's super simple.
Yeah.
I understand that we won't have everybody doesn't have dice.
Yeah.
Just if you don't have dice, just fucking Doodle has a dice thing.
Yeah.
And they have them from from D3, D4s all the way to D20s.
Yeah. Yeah, my dice got crushed on a camp I did a while ago, so.
We have a shit ton of dice. We have like 3 fucking little wooden boxes just filled with each of our own personal sets of dice because the Mexicans that I got super into it. We even have like a little fucking roll thing where you throw it into the top and it comes out the bottom, a little dice tower.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to have a giant bag of dice, and then somebody ran it over with a truck, so.
Cox.
That was fun. Yeah. Yeah, cool. I mean, I basically have a character rundown, so. Cool. Yeah, I just have to work on backstory because I just have like 3 sentences so far.
Oh, and you don't have to. You don't have to do a full backstory. So you can just straight up just pick a background and then just kind of build your character around it. So like, let me. There's a thingy right here.
I mean, yeah. Honestly, it's more of a preference thing. I just like having a little backstory that I keep in the back of my head.
No, of course, definitely do it, but you still have to pick a background. Because it will give you more starting equipment.
Yeah.
It's not
soldier
super.
Is what I'm doing for background.
One? Okay.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, I've got that put together. At least I'm thinking that either that or let me see what other starting classes there are. It's been a minute.
I can tell you. Let's see. We have Acolyte, Charlatan, Criminal, Entertainer, Guild Artisan, Hermit, Noble, Outlander, Sage, Sailor, Soldier, Urchin, and that's the last one.
Yeah, it's sounding like Soldier's the one I'm going to be going for, just given how the rest of the characters...
So, the Soldier will give you Athletics and Intimidation for free. You get a tool proficiency in 1 type of gaming set, and one type of land vehicle.
Alright.
So you basically get to choose a gaming set that your character will just know how to play in game, because that's just something they happen to game on when they're on the, and they're as a soldier slash like in the barracks on the guard all the time.
Yeah.
It's just something they got up to. And then one type of vehicle on land. So like if you're just you're proficient at, whether it be like horse-drawn carriages or whatever the fuck it'd be. I don't know what all the land vehicles are that are option, but you get
I'm
those for
looking
free.
that up now because I've never looked into that.
And the equipment you get an insignia of rank, so you'll have like some sort of like thing saying, I was a first captain, blah blah, in this war in the military, and then you'll have a trophy taken from a fallen enemy. Basically how what you choose from there. A dagger. They give examples like a dagger, a broken blade, piece of a banner.
Yeah.
You get a set. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Oh, quick question: would mounts count as vehicles? Or is that a separate class? Because I'm looking at a thing here and it doesn't say there's a difference, but they are like, it says mounts and vehicles, but it doesn't actually say that they're separate.
Land 5e. See what happens. Wagons, chariots, howdahs. Let's see.
Because I'm seeing the list here, and
it would basically be so like any of the like drawn vehicles, I would think is what it would mean. So
okay, so like carriages, carts, stuff like that. Alright.
I will give you Warhorse as well, if you would prefer.
Alright. Yeah, I could put proficiency into that.
Okay, if you would prefer.
Does that mean I'd have to have that at the start, or is that just a general proficiency?
No, that's something you'll always have. That's just like that's just something you'll have from your background. So like when the character starts, he'll already be proficient.
Alright, then yeah, I'd probably go Warhorse there, because I don't see a lot of situations where I'd
And that will give you proficiency at riding horses as well. I'm not going to be that dick who'll be like, no, because yes, war horses are trained, but they are still a fucking horse. So if you know how to if you know how to ride a war horse, you probably know how to ride a horse.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely going Warhorse then, because yeah, that just works. Alright, okay.
You do get a feat, by the way, that it's not much, but because of your military rank, depending on what military rank you choose, basically soldiers loyal to your former military organization still recognize your authority and influence. Then they defer to you if they are of a lower rank. You can invoke your rank to exert influence over other soldiers and requisition simple equipment or horses for temporary use. You can also usually gain access to friendly military encampments and forces where your rank is recognized. So just something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Added bonus.
I'll have to figure that out once you choose the setting.
Yeah, of course.
Military and all that. Warhorse proficiency. Let's see, I have to look into everything else. I will look at that in a minute.
I sent it to you. Louise had another phone call, so like as the phone call was going on, I was like, okay, this.
Are you done with phone calls now?
Yeah.
I was going to start up a game here in a second if you're up for it.
Yeah, I'm done with the phone.
Okay. Don't want to make you feel rushed.
Something that might work. Probably needs tempering with.
I'll probably do a roll on a D8 for when we're doing the rolls for the stats and stuff for my like what I am.
Hit points as well?
No, not for the hit points. For the rank for the soldier, I'll probably just do a roll at that time, because there's 8 different ones, and honestly, I could just roll at the time.
I kind of looked up some of the stuff it had, so I kind of just grabbed it and put it in. So it's up to you if it's allowed. I don't know if the stealth one will work though because of heavy armor.
Ability score. Wait, why do you have ability scores?
Wait, where is that ability?
You shouldn't have any ability scores.
Okay, not the ability score.
Yeah,
I
you
might
don't
grab
have.
that
You
episode.
won't. Yeah, you won't have to. You won't. Basically, you're gonna roll for those. Those are random. You could end up with like
Yeah.
fucking all tens.
Oh, okay. So like, all that stuff
Is
roll
random.
things?
Yeah, those
Oh,
are like
okay.
basically when
So
we
ditch
when
that.
we put the character together, you're gonna roll for each stat and hope that
Oh,
you
okay,
get some
that's-
nice
that's a
stats.
way
But
better idea.
theoretically, you could just get all tens, like if you just roll really low. But if I see
Oh,
that your
okay.
rolls are so low, don't worry. We'll figure something out.
All right. Let me just get rid of that
Same thing with the
then.
proficiency bonus. That
Okay,
goes
we get
up
rid of
as you
that.
level and stuff like that. Armor class is 18. What armor are you going to be wearing?
There's types of armor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh fuck. What kind of heavy armor is there? Let me.
So there are...
5e heavy armor. Is that what I should look up? Heavy armor.
Here we go. So, there is ringmail, chainmail, splint, and plate. Their armor classes are 14, 16, 17, and 18 respectively. Their
Okay,
strength
what's
requirements...
The 18 one?
The 18 one is plate mail, and
Oh,
that
okay.
is
So
that's
plate.
yeah, but that's 65 pounds. Just keep that in mind.
Oh fuck.
And if you're wearing so
Let me get rid of the hit points too, because I don't know. Should I get rid of the skills too, or is...
wait, so where are you coming up? All right, Ryu.
Okay, some of these I
No,
found. I was like,
no,
that looks
no.
cool. Let me grab that.
That's not how that
what-
works. Like it's just so the thing that I gave you, Ryu, that gave you your the class, like the race type. That is the only abilities that you're gonna get, like that are natural, that come to you. Those, and then what come from your class. You don't just pick and choose how your character's gonna play based off of cool things. So
Okay.
all of the dark vision you have, yes.
Okay.
But ethereal step, like if that's not on, so no, that's not a
Okay,
thing.
let me get rid of that.
And then shadow blend, also not a thing, doesn't exist.
Okay.
Ring of power, the thing with the ring is fine, but you won't get the advantage on charisma checks because that's just that's not how that
let me get
works.
rid of
Like
that.
you can't just give yourself a magic item that will probably cost thousands of dollars to either make or create or even buy. So no.
Oh wait,
That's
no,
not how
I
that
had
works.
chainmail on. No, I don't want that.
And then the other
Yeah.
thing is, if you're going to be playing a shade character, right?
Yeah.
And let's look at starting at 3rd level, you can use your action to dissolve your physical body. But it doesn't say anything about your armor.
So good on.
So like if you are wearing heavy armor and you dissipate, your heavy armor is going to drop to the floor. And then you'll be floating there.
Okay.
So keep that in mind. Clothing will work, but like in like medium / like lower, like leather, things like that. But like straight up plate, you can't just all of a sudden make it so that it doesn't have material. That doesn't, so keep that in mind. And then keep in mind, like if you're gonna play this shade, like think like you're playing an actual RPG, all right, Ryu?
Mm-hmm.
If you're playing a shade that's very good at like stealth and stuff, why the fuck would you be playing a fighter?
Yeah, I don't want to do stealth.
So, like, keep in mind... No, I know. But I'm just saying, like, so remember that, like, when you're making this character, again, it's not just a hodgepodge thing, for one. And for two, you need to realize that the things have to work. You can't just be like, I look cool. You have to realize that, like, you know, your character is a shade. Most of their stat increases and builds and things are going to give them bonuses in stealth. They're going to be good at, like, you know, like the movement. And if you're going to pick a really heavy fighter, you're literally getting rid of everything that your class is good for, or that your race is good for. So you have to really think. So, like, that's why I was like, so everybody thinks that, like, D&D is just like, oh, I just make, you know, fun little, it sound cool, look cool, but no, like, you need to, you know, like,
I'm at
most
that point
gimmick
of, like, I have
stuff,
no fucking clue.
most gimmick stuff's not going to work. Most of that stuff's not going to work, it's like it's not going to translate well, so the idea is that if you want to achieve something, think of what it is you want to achieve, and let me know, and then we can figure out a way to get there. So if you just want them to cosmetically look like a ring wraith, then you can do that. You can just pick a race, and then you can just pick armor, make them darker or whatever. But if you want a person to be a ring wraith because you want them to be an undead and have undead-like or like certain abilities, then keep that in mind. If you just want it for the looks, then just let me know, and we can just make a human look something. But keep in mind that certain races are just going to work really well with certain classes. So think of it like you're playing Skyrim or something. Like, you know, Dark Elves have a destruction magic bonus as well as two-hand staff bonus, right? So you know that you're probably going to run a sorcerer or a spellcaster as a Dark Elf because they already have those bonuses.
Wait, is Barbarian a race?
It's a class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Barbarian is a class.
So I could do like Dark Elf Paladin type, something like that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, you can, like I said, you can do anything really. You just got to make sure that it's, you know, you'd hate to get all this, you know, put all this work into a character that doesn't even work with itself. That's all.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, but yeah, no, a Dark Elf. I mean, Dark Elf is just gonna have like dark vision and like some other bonuses. They won't be massive.
Okay.
I think I am going to be changing from soldier to knight, now that I look at it.
Background knight?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's background. It might actually be... The site I'm on isn't exactly clear on this.
What are you using site-wise?
A couple of them. Using the... Let me see. There's a couple wikis that I'm using. Roll20.net. There's a few websites that I'm on. I don't know. I'm looking at as many places as possible so I can figure out like what actually is. Because one site can have
D&D Wiki is what I go off of.
Yeah, that's what I'm using primarily.
Either that or... Which one is it? Not that one. Sorry, excuse me. The D&D wiki D&D5e.wiki.
Yeah, that's what I'm at.
Yeah, that's the one I use.
That's what I'm using that primarily, but when I want to like look up specifics, let's see. Except I'm having a little bit of a problem with the Wikidot because their search is down. Yeah. I don't know, I have a lot of the information on night stuff. I can text that to you if you want to check it out.
I just don't see it as a background.
Is it not in backgrounds? The stuff I'm looking at is a little...
Not here. At least not on the player handbook.
I think it might just be a general, like, class idea that they didn't really say was one thing or another. I just thought I'd see if it was, like, a subclass kind of thing. Because otherwise I have the character fleshed out. I just thought, maybe there is a knight, like, background.
There's a Knight of the Order background.
Alright.
But it is... But it's in Faerun. So... That'll be Forgotten Realms.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see.
It just says here, though, that if you want to, you can just use the soldier background as the basis for your traits and motivations, and just modify the entries when appropriate to suit your more knight-like identity.
Alright. Yeah, I'll just probably stick to soldier, since that works in... From what I can tell,
you could also make it like a knight too. Like if you just want the person to be like, instead of them being strictly a soldier, they could have just been like a protector knight of a certain house or kingdom. That's also cool.
That's basically what I'm doing. Just a knight from a certain house. I mean,
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, and he's not a
just
huge
use
fan
the
of
basically just use
the
soldier background and then just fill in for like, so when it says the motivation, just fill in for what you think motivates your character, like you said, so he doesn't like Oathbreakers, things like that. So those are just things you'll put in for yourself.
Yeah. I can text you generally what I have written down, see if it's...
everything sounds... Yeah, everything sounds fine. I mean, all you like I said, really the major things is you're going to have to just... The class and the race. That's really the most important part. Once you know what your class is and what your race is, most of the backgrounds don't matter. They literally play nothing in your... Like, they'll literally just develop the character and they give you more starting gear. So any of that is fine. And the real thing is you have to just go in. So if we start at level 3, but if, then, or whatever level we're going to be, you're going to have to write down the skills, proficiencies, feats, abilities, blah, blah, that you have at level 1 as a fighter.
That's basically... actually, I'm going into Paladin.
Oh, Paladin, rather, excuse me.
Fighter.
So then you'll have, it'll be, basically what you write down is just the stuff, so when I type in Paladin 5e...
Yeah, I already have this stuff. So far, I just have the abilities for the Simic Hybrid. I have to look into...
So, like, I'm looking at Paladin here. Like, for first level, you have a proficiency bonus of 2. Your features are Divine Sense, Lay on Hands. And you don't have any spell slots yet. Second level, you get your fighting style, and then you get your spell casting, and you get Divine Smite. And then third level, and that's what you'll basically write down. So when we at first level, like, depending on, I'll let you guys know, I'll talk to the other boys and ask them if they want to start at level 1 or level 3.
Yeah.
But whichever way we start, you basically just have to make sure you have all the abilities for your character written down up to that.
Yeah, that's why I'm not, like, writing down too much, because it's level 1 or level 3.
Oh, what, like the... Yeah, I just told them to just use Google for, like, the player's handbook and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I just have, like, general information written down, because I don't know if we're at level 1, level 3, that kind of stuff, so...
And then, I think that's it. And then items, obviously. Like, if you scroll down past that, it'll tell you your hit dice, which is 1d10 per paladin level. Hit points at first level is 10 plus your constitution modifier, so, like, literally, your level 1 character is just 10 plus whatever your constitution ends up being. Or the modifier, rather. Yeah. And then, proficiencies, all armors and shields. So, if you don't have a character sheet, you can just, like, pull up what a character sheet looks like and just kind of box it out, and just in the proficiencies box, you would just put, like, the weapons you're proficient with and all the armor you're proficient with, tools you're proficient with, your saving throws, which are going to be wisdom and charisma, by the way.
Yeah. I am going to ask, just because it would just be cool to start with, would I be able to start with plate armor, or would that
you can start with any
cause some issues? Okay, then y'all probably...
Almost anything.
Any of the armor.
It does give me. Yeah, it does give me a stealth disadvantage, so I feel like it wouldn't be too
Heavy stealth.
crazy.
Oh, well, let's see. It says that you start off with chainmail, but I'll take a gander at the differences and see.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm just wondering, because if it's possible, I'd like to do it, but if not, it's not like a huge thing. I'd just rather...
No
It
one
might
knows
not be
you're
right
dead.
off the bat,
They're
but
all
you will
dead.
get it pretty early on. It's just the problem is, it's expensive. Like a plate mail is like 1,500 gold pieces.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I just thought I'd ask, just in case it was... Since I am going knight-esque, I'm just, spitballing here.
Yeah.
I cut out bits out of the one I sent you, and I think this one will work, maybe? Still don't know about the ring power, though.
Yeah. If plate wouldn't work, we could also do half plate, if that would work. It's
Half plate's
less
a medium
expensive and... Yeah, I know, but it would still... Like, if heavy plate doesn't work, then medium plate would be fine, too. I'm just trying to give a couple different, options.
I will say so that plate has an armor class of 18.
Mm-hmm.
But half plate has a 15 plus dex modifier, but it is a max of 2. But you still get whatever other AC bonuses and stuff that you have.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let's see. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what armor to actually put on the sheet, and it's a little complicated.
Are you trying to be stealthy, too?
No.
Is that why it's stealthy? No? Oh.
No, it's just it's expensive armor
yeah.
with a high AC class, so...
Uh,
which is why I'm asking before I actually throw it on my sheet, and then it's just like, I'm wearing a tank.
I am the tank.
Yeah. Especially since you're gonna be DMing, I don't want to just step in and be like, I'm wearing battle plate.
From in the stars, I call it.
Yeah.
Unbreakable, immortal armor. I just have the equipment, armor class, dark vision, is dark elf. I think that would go with. And I put for the rig. I take their body and retain my memory, but need to make a new character of the race of the person that I took over. I don't know if that'll work. So...
And don't stress out too much on the armor class, by the way. This is just me fucking playing around at this point.
Oh, I'm trying to go with plate.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it works, so that's why I put heavy armor plate, probably.
Yeah. I don't know, I said either medium or heavy armor, so whatever works, I can work around just about anything. I just don't
wear heavy armor, right?
Fighter, yeah. Fighter has...
Okay, that's the class I was going to go for.
Yeah. I think Soul said medium to heavy, something like that.
Okay. Weapon longsword. I think that's okay.
Yeah.
Magic item, Ring of Shadows. Flaws, distrustful, keeps secrets, and the ring's influence can lead me to bouts of anger and reckless behavior.
Well, I want to give it to you, but a lot of people are saying it's a bad idea.
Alright.
What?
Yeah, I thought the plate armor.
Plate armor early on like that. They said the problem is that it's, just because of the price, you're basically sitting on 1,500 gold pieces if you ever decide not to use it. It's just 1,500 free money. But I don't think you're really going to sell it, so I didn't have to worry about that. But apparently it was more just that it's just going to make early combat kind of retarded for me mostly. So
Isn't there armor damage in game? Because
No.
if
What do you mean
would
armor
make
damage?
like, if your armor is damaged, you take more damage with it,
No.
because that could be... Okay, alright.
So
Just
like
thought I'd check.
your armor is so dank. That's the problem. So like if you'd be running plate,
Yeah.
you just have an 18 AC like right off the bat.
Alright. Yeah,
Okay,
that makes
so
sense.
I need to
And-
change to a different armor.
Well, what do you? What did you? Did you figure out what class you're running?
I sent you what I would like to do. Dark Elf Fighter. And I had plate, but do I need it? What can I change that to?
So look at the did you say fighter or paladin? Look at the fighter starting mail, and it says that it's a chainmail, so that's what you get.
Okay. Chainmail. Thank you.
And if you look at chainmail, it'll tell you what the AC is. And here's the thing, your AC isn't going to be accurate there because what's going to happen is your chainmail will contribute to your AC. Depending on the fighting style you choose, if you wield your shield, you will get another AC, +1 to AC.
I was doing... Does longsword work?
Longsword and shield, yeah. Longsword is a versatile weapon, so it can be one- or two-handed.
I was going to do two-handed. I sent the thing about the ring.
Yeah, so it's hard for me to explain this to you. So the ring thing, so it's
If
a
it don't, I'll
cursed
just
item.
scrap that.
So well, no, it's fine, but you're just not. So like, it's a cursed item. They pick it up. It's only going to work on non-playable characters because you already said that you're going to tell all the characters. So a non-playable character doesn't have a character sheet.
Now, could the other... Oh, no, I was going to say, like, I take the character's race, and then I have to make a new character, but still keep my memory?
Well, yeah, that's fine. But what I mean is, like, so, like, again, you're not thinking fourth dimensionally here.
No, I'm not.
You're going to end up having to play two characters.
Okay.
Because, like, again, if let's just say you die, the ring drops on the floor. I, as the DM, decide to be nice for you, and I let an NPC pick it up, right?
Or one of the other
First
players
off,
forces an NPC?
You just have to hope that I even get an NPC that direction, right? Secondly, the NPC has to pick it up, and if it's, let's just say it's a DC, what happens when it succeeds? It just has a pretty ring.
Yeah,
and
then you don't. Then I don't care about it.
Well, true, but then you still have to make another character. And then what I was going to say is, and let's just say, everything goes well, and there is where an NPC picks it up. That could take any time between like 3 minutes in game and 2 or 3 game sessions for that to come around. Meaning you would be sitting either characterless until some NPC decided to do that, or you would have to roll, make a new character, play that, and then the NPC finally succumbs, and then you would have to play that character. You see what I'm saying?
I could... Sounds good to me, but...
you'd have to play 2 characters, so it's not... No, I mean, like, it would be hard.
I was thinking, like, if my other character comes back, it kills the new character I made.
How would that work?
I kill myself.
Again, that character that's alive is going to be a higher level than you. They're probably going to fuck you up.
Okay.
If you die, you restart.
Do I retain control of the new character?
So like if the person puts on the ring, you control that character. But the only problem is, again, you will have 2 characters that will be either completely identical or different that you'll have to continue forward until one of them just happens to die. And like theoretically, you could like kill the other, but you're still gonna run into the problem that like you have a party of players. What if the rest of your team doesn't want you to kill the other character? What if there are NPCs around seeing you murder this random NPC and they want to stop you from doing that?
I have an idea. But tell me if it works.
Sure.
I don't take over body, but the team can take the ring and hold on to it for my new character, and I have to roll to see how much memory I get back from the last life.
That's fine. You can do that if you want something gimmicky like that. Like, see, because the reason that your original ring idea is such a problem is because you're basically making a magic item in the universe, and like normally that kind of magic item would be, well, I mean, it'd be powerful. It would cost a lot of money. Like, it would just be random. Like, and it's okay that you have it. I don't mind kind of just hand waving, but then you're gonna have to worry about like, as soon as somebody has that, if they don't succumb to it, they're just gonna sell it.
Yeah.
No, they're gonna keep it.
So would the new character can be given the ring and get some of my memory back, or a possibility of that?
Yeah. Or if
it's
you
more
want to
like a memory storage ring.
That's fine. Yeah, if you want to do it like that, just keep in mind that like, just keep in mind that all these things can come and bite you in the ass. Like when I first went for my first campaign, my first D&D campaign review, I was doing the same thing you were doing. I was trying to come up with like this really cool backstory, same thing with you, Varys, that I want. But just remember that these things are gonna bite you, because I have to, I have to make the world based off that. Like I'm gonna have to, so like, you decide that your family was murdered by this crazy, strange cult, and you're out for revenge. Like, I have to make sure that cult exists in the world, and then they're after you, / like, there's things going on, and workings going on. So, like, keep that in mind, that with your memory thing, it could bite you in the ass. Like, if all of a sudden you roll a critical one, and I decide that you have no memories, you could just turn on the party. Well, you could have the same character, but you wouldn't know what's going on, and you could like lose, like, a critical run on something like that could be like a complete psyche fracture, and the next thing you know, you're being killed by the party and you're re-rolling again. So just make sure that whatever character gimmick thing you're going to go with, it's something that it's more like that there is more enjoyment you're going to get out of it than work, because remember all D&D is math and work. You're going to be doing a lot of it. So if it's going to make it harder for you, keep that in mind, because down the road, after you've had to re-wipe your memory however many times, or what it be, it's going to start getting fucking irritating. But theoretically, it's 5e, you really shouldn't die, but you're Ryu and you're new, so I could see you getting yourself killed, especially early levels,
Am I allowed to add a thing to the ring where it prevents me from hurting party members?
Nope.
Damn.
That's like you can do anything, but you can't.
On it, and it suggests me not to do it.
Nope.
Damn. Okay.
Because suggestion can't be put on a ring. You can suggest somebody, but that won't help you, because if you don't have your memory, you're not going to know that there are people you want to save.
Wait, how does making a new character work? Like
straight up reset,
including the ring.
You redo everything.
Like, how do you rejoin the party? Do you just automatically?
I would find it would basically be like, all right, the party ends up at this bar, and Ryu's making his character. Ryu made it. All right, so they happened upon this guy who was making trouble for himself, and they end up in a bar brawl, and he helps them out, and now they're the new party member, whatever it be. I'll find a way to implement them, but they will be literally straight up from like nowhere, and depending on how low. Like, if you're, like, don't get me wrong, if you died at level 5, I'm not going to make you restart at level 1, but you will be at a disadvantage from the rest of the team. I'm not going to put you back at exactly where everybody is. That is part, like, you died, you took whatever chance / you fucked yourself, you still have to pay the consequences and reset character. But I'm not going to make you play at level 1, that's fucking ridiculous.
Could I just change it to, like, if I get a cool ability, or whatever, the ring allows my new character to possibly get that ability, but it's a
well, you already have your abilities. Your character will have them. Like, you can't do that either. Like, I mean, your character will have the character's abilities if you make the same character. But you can't just give, like, again, you gotta think of this world as a real living world, Ryu. So, like, if you're a level 3 fucking wizard, how do you have the knowledge and capability to transcribe a level 3 spell and make it so that a level 1 wizard could do it? You're not that powerful.
Yeah, I'm just gonna scrap the ring idea.
Yeah, I was like, again, stop thinking so gimmicky. Like, just try to make a character, try to pick a race and a class, background. If you want the backstory and the whatnot to be, dreadful, like, terrible, orphan, murdered, whatever, I can work with that. But just remember, as soon as you start creating gimmicks for your character, they are going to start biting you in the ass. Like, all this stuff is real world. You still have to worry about it. Like, you forget, but, like, you still have to feed your character. You still have to sleep. Your character will die of malnourishment. Your character will go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs if they have not had sleep. You will start getting disadvantages on rolls because you haven't done certain things. Like, this is a straight up just playing a Sims game, but in an RPG. So, everything that you would think you'd have to do in the real world, you basically you fucking still have to pay taxes. You will still be paying taxes in my world.
Wait a minute, but you said it's like the real world. I don't pay taxes.
That's true. But in this world, if you chose to be a hermit that never paid taxes, I would have given that to you.
Mm-hmm.
But do you have potty breaks? There are potty breaks. There are also sex scandals. There are fucking brothels. There are bar fights. There are fucking sickly politicians that ask you to rape people even though you don't want to, but then they shove a fucking massive bag of gold in your face and you're like, alright, rape doesn't look fucking bad, does it?
Looks fucking pretty cool to me.
Yeah, that's pretty, I'm just saying, I'm pretty school for two.
Oh my god.
A lot of gold.
$20.
Like Mr. Moneybags from, like, Spyro.
You'll get to a point where you're like, well, $20 is $20.
Like, it's the amount of gold that, Bobby, that you'd have to have a mount carriage or, like, multiple slave boys to carry. Like, you wouldn't be able to just lift this bag of gold. Because, obviously, gold pieces, like, again, real world things. So you can't just, that's another thing. You can't just, you have fucking however many gold and you decide to transcribe it to a bunch of silver. You decide to fucking transcribe it to silver.
Worry about it prior. Yeah.
Next thing you know, you have 300 pounds of fucking silver. How are you gonna carry that?
Yeah, like, I remember, like, cool. Yeah, there's a dragon horde out there somewhere waiting for you guys. Unguarded, dragonless. You know how much a horde weighs?
Yeah, do you know how much a horde weighs? Well, good thing I have a bag of Brolden. And even then, I think it's starting to get overstuffed. My bag of holding starts coughing up gold fucking coins, like...
I mean, well, back in the day, you could, because that was the whole point, in D&D, that, to fuck you over if they could. But, so you actually could overstuff them and, like, rip a seam, or you put something, that sharp magic sword or something into them, and could puncture the bag or some nonsense, even though it was in an extra dimensional space.
Yeah, I was just giving Ryu the talk that you gave me and Hector and Pepe on our first campaign, when all of us always wanted to come up with some extravagant background about how, like, they were, or like some gimmick, like, the ring thing that he was telling me. I was just like, that's fine, because he kept having to come up with different iterations when I told him that it just wouldn't work that way. And he finally came down to, well, how about we just make the ring basically set so that, like, the party will hold on to it. I make the new character, it's given to the new character, and it just... that ring will dictate when I roll how much of my memory I get back. I'm like, that's totally fine. But just remember that if you roll a critical 1 and your psyche fractures, you're probably going to attack the party that's around you because you don't remember anything to them, and they're just these armed men that are around you, and that might get you in trouble.
I'll fucking kill you.
Like, what if he was the ring?
Yeah, what if he was the ring?
Yeah, what if I am the ring?
Keep in mind, that's a fucking backstory and a half to play just so you can keep playing the same character you're already playing.
Yeah, really.
Random elf is
I like that idea.
It's just so much work when you could just like, why don't you just make Bob instead of making the same character? It's like your original character is Bob, and he died, and his cousin Jerry, who looks exactly the same for some reason, is just here to avenge him. It's that. See, you know, like if you wanted that gimmick, just do that, Ryu. If you want the same gimmick, just say Jerry came and help.
I mean,
Can my race just be the Ring?
Yeah, I know. I don't care if he wants to remake the same character over. Just give it a different name.
You can mechanically play the same character. I feel you on that. You were getting into a stride, things were about to get good.
You really like the feel of that character.
Yeah, just slap a new skin, a story on it, and make it, just make it.
Just
like
tell him he's
Bob's twin brother who went to the same school, has all the things, who is here to enact vengeance. Guess what? That one dies. Turns out
their father.
They were triplets.
They were triplets.
Separated at birth.
See, like I said, I'm with my uncle on that one. I am not like I get if you just want to be able to play the same character over and over, you don't need to come up with these gimmicks for you. I will let you do it. That character had fucking 4 siblings that all look the same. All right,
we could straight up pull an Alfarius here.
Back to what he was saying. I'm the Ring. Can I just be Race the Ring? Or will that not work?
Every time, and the party is then in on. They know not. They help find the next guy.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, in the ring, you're just sitting here talking to people. Like you can talk to anybody. Anybody who's holding the ring, whether they're wearing it.
What would I be for? What would his race be? Would he just be?
Oh, that's
Magic.
So it's just fluff. Yeah, I just so he could just still be whatever race he chooses, but like the ring, he just he is the Ring though. Like in the first
that is your meta reason.
That's the meta reason for why he just keeps coming back. There you go, Ryu. We came up with so like you could basically just be the Ring. You're still gonna pick your race.
I'm the Ring.
Well, no. Your race is still what race you're gonna pick. So because there is no Ring race like that, so therefore you won't get any stat bonuses for it. So you'll still pick whatever race you're choosing.
This also allows you to change your character if you want.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted to be a noob, try different races.
Yeah, that still allows you each time if you want to choose a different race. But therefore, if you just like a certain race, you can just choose that, get its ability scores, get its bonuses, blah blah, and then go ahead and just.
Actual ring race kind of worked ultimately.
Yeah,
I mean, they weren't the rings to begin with.
But it was the rings that made them.
Would be destroyed, and they go back to so long as the ring existed, they would reconstitute. They were liches more like that in that respect, but they could also be brought back faster. If Sauron was like, "Yeah, I still have use of you though," and I'm gonna get more out of putting you back to work than keeping you around me and mocking you for the next couple of centuries for being such a dumbass. So here's a new body, get back to work. But yeah, I mentioned the ring idea though, just because I don't know if the issue is he wants to be able to.
I think he just wants to be able to play the same character over and over, and he wants a ring race like.
To it. The social, the who am I, where I come from, my personality aspect, and the mechanical. I want to keep playing the same class, like the fighter, mage, thing, whatever.
I think he just wants to I think he just has I think that he just has an idea of the character in its whole that he wants to play. Like again, because this is his first D&D ever campaign,
your idea more of just buddy. We'll just bring in Bob the Second.
Yeah, we'll just bring in Bob the Second because
the better way to accomplish.
Yeah, because like I said, it just sounds like he really has an idea for a cool thought and he wants to make it happen and he just wants to play that. When he realized that is after he plays the campaign that D&D is that's only the tip of the iceberg of what makes the class in the game so amazing. Then he's going to be like, oh, well, fuck the gimmicks. I'm just going to start min-maxing and making these classes really fucking fun to play with.
Yeah, because you have to walk a fine line there between not making that pointless.
Yep.
Then you'll destroy you.
Because then you could just be throwing yourself into to die every time over and over. There would be no point.
Because way cheaper.
Literally, the worst part would just be you recreating the character. But since you're just making the same character, it wouldn't be recreating. It would just be like, all right, and I'm back.
Because it would be way cheaper to have Bob 789 than the $5 grand worth of gold of diamond dust.
Yep.
To resurrect Bob 788.
Yep.
God, I love this game.
I could even be a neat
Wait, so I am the Ring?
No, I was like I said, if you're just trying to play the same character over and over, if that is really what you're trying to get here, then you will most likely just be like, Bob had a brother. Bob had a second brother. But again, the odds that you're gonna die, Ryu, are very fucking low. Like, you suck.
I'm me, though, so I think I'm gonna die.
I'll fucking kill you.
No,
Yeah,
I have
he'll
to.
kill me.
I have to be actively trying to kill you. Trust me. Like,
Oh, I think Various is gonna be actively trying to kill me.
because
Fucking bring it.
because it's just because you said you're putting a fighter, so he's not gonna like
Maybe I should go Oathbreaker. It's
And the other thing I'm gonna put out there,
you know what? That's a good idea. I'm going Oathbreaker.
you
Fuck the
can
ring.
you can do all that, and that's great, but it's not gonna work like you want it to.
Yeah. Scrapping that. I'm going Oathbreaker.
Again, with the Oathbreaker thing, it's not gonna work how you want it to. So
I'll
yeah,
just go
Ryu.
with whatever's allowed on that. I don't care. I just
Shut
want
your fucking
Various
mouth,
to hunt
Ryu.
me
That's
down.
not what I'm talking about. Again, it's not gonna fucking work like that. Various is in your fucking group.
Yeah.
The party exists. If the party got together, you don't fucking hate each other. To her. So,
Okay,
but I
so
mean
we're not
is,
allowed to hate each other.
no. I'm saying is that like, you're not
We can
gonna
dislike each other.
You can
but
dislike
it
each
won't-
other. You guys cannot have. You cannot be fans of one another. He's not going to fucking be hunting you down. You're in a party.
Yeah,
The whole
I
point of the
kinda like
game
hunting
is
down.
to part. Well, even then, you're not going to fight. You guys are on the same team.
Scrap all that then.
The most that you're going to get is negative comments in between each other, funny banter because he just doesn't like your kind.
Yeah.
Like I have played on a party where I am playing a species or an undead, and we were with a cleric or something like that, and the cleric fucking hated me. I was an Oathbreaker, right? And they were a cleric, so I was literally the opposite of them. I broke my oath, and they didn't like me, but we're still in a party. There is obviously something that has put us together and made us
Yeah.
work. Whether it be
Same.
a big bad for the adventure that we're in because they killed all your families, whether it be like just because you guys all want gold and you're a bunch of fucking greedy bastards. No matter what, there is going to be a reason that pulled this party together, and that is going to be enough for you to overlook your major problems.
Yeah. Kind of like having a paladin and a rogue in the same party. It's like, I really fucking hate everything about you, but we gotta fucking deal
Yeah, but
with this.
we got to do it. You're to kill the enemies. Exactly that. And that's the
I'm
other
not
thing.
gonna
Like,
help you,
it all sounds
but-
cute and funny out of game, but as soon as we get in
Yeah.
game and you guys are fighting each other, it's going to be the most boring, atrocious thing that I've ever fucking played. We're
Yeah.
never going to make any progress, and every fight is just going to be a joke. So,
Yeah.
no.
I'll just be occasionally. If you did choose Oathbreaker, I'd just be like, "You motherfucker! I'm gonna
Yeah,
kill
basically-
you after we're done with this."
Basically, it's just like, when we're done with this party, this party's over, just you wait. If I see you again,
That's
you're dead.
true.
That's basically all we're gonna get, though. You're
Yeah.
just gonna get like banter, and again,
Yeah.
that's just fluff. You can do that anyway. If you want your characters to have a rivalry, you can do it without being an Oathbreaker, and you can do it by just that guy's fucking black, and I don't like black people. This game is still real world. Like, there are plenty of racism. You could be an elf and he can be something else, and he can fucking not like that. In fact, he's a simic, right? So he's a hybrid creature in his adulthood that has been turned, it is hybridized, so he's got animal characteristics, and he started as a previous race. So let's just say he started as an elf, right? Or has half elf in him. A lot of regular elves will look at him in disgust. Because, he's not pure. He's fucking disgusting. So
Yeah.
there will be
well-
plenty of hate if you want it to be, but just it can come naturally. You can make it come with like your races, but just because you're an Oathbreaker and he decided that his Oathbreaker stuff, he hates Oathbreakers, all it's going to get out of it is basically some tittle tattle.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get it all figured out. It's honestly, it's complicated, but not.
Yeah, it's the hardest parts again are just the class and the race. Like, you have to realize that as far as like the background and your personality, it both has nothing to do with the rest of the game and like everything to do with the rest of the game. And what I mean by that is it has nothing to do with the rest of like the combat, the way your spells, the way your character's going to play, but it has everything to do with how you socialize. How your character is going to act when he gets in front of an authoritative figure because he has trouble with authorities. How is your character going to act who, you know, like deserted the military for whatever being, and so he's going to have issues with military, things like that. So that stuff so that's why it's super important. Like that is going to basically how your character live and breathes day to day, how you do the role play of the character. But as far as like how your character battles and how the character plays, it has no bearing. It'll just be how the character feels, their place, their personality, as it were.
Man, that got kind of heated there for a minute.
I mean, if I knew how to swim, I could be a swim instructor for $50 an hour.
Hell yeah. No, I don't want the carbonated water in my mouth. It'll hurt.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it'll hurt my holes.
To be fair, by this point I was already drinking Dr. Pepper again.
My holes are just still very sore.
I look, I did 3 whole days, okay? I think I think I can play.
I believe in you, Ryu. I do believe that you'll be able to pull together something here. You're basically a Hector with more creativity and imagination.
Oh, that's what I was just about to say. It's like, what if it's going to be like Hector and we'll just end up seeing a lot of half-elf rangers?
Half-elf rangers.
But it sounds like his character is the father and the son. For milk?
Half-elf ranger. Make it happen.
Yes, we can do that.
But still playing Hunt.
Yeah, I'm just kind of sitting here. We've been just sitting here chatting. I've been letting Ryu do his research and what have you.
As a session 0.
I probably could play some Valorant or something, but I don't know. I've just been lazy, kind of just sitting here. You really should, Ryu, just pull up the player's handbook and copy the class you want, literally straight down. And then after you've gotten that, pick the race, and then just copy straight down the feats and things that it has. And then that's when you start deciding like more specifics. Like, all right, these are the starting armor, starting weapons. I have this armor. I can choose any martial weapon. I really want, like, dude, for my paladin, my first time, I used a trident. I wanted a trident for my paladin. No fucking reason. I just did. So you could choose basically any martial. And then fighting style. You're going to choose skills, feats, and things like that, and then we'll just roll for abilities. And that's pretty much all the character. Your backgrounds, they have backgrounds in the book that literally just give you like, hey, this is the backgrounds you should pick from. You can always, modify them. Like Various he wanted to go for a more knightly background, so we just fladoodled soldier around so that it would fit.
Yeah. Honestly, it's just the ring that caused the issue. Everything else is fine.
Yeah, literally everything else in your character is fine, as long as you're sticking with like whatever it is that you're sticking with. But just remember that like some characters are boring, and it sucks to find out. Let me just tell you. All right, I am in the middle of a campaign with my uncle, and I found out maybe like 2 or 3 sessions in that I absolutely fucking hated the character I was playing. Shit you not. Just did not enjoy it. It's called Arcane Trickster. It's basically a rogue that does a bit of casting. It's like and I couldn't stand the way the character really played. I didn't enjoy it. And so that happens. So definitely don't be afraid to look at some of the ahead abilities. Like don't be afraid to like look at like you know, we're only going to start at like level 1 or 3, but don't be afraid to look at 5 and 10 abilities, some of the stuff that are like not too far off, but just a bit off, so you can get an idea where that character is going for you. I'm almost done with putting my tools back in. But other than that, it's not really hard. Like I said, the rest of the character looks fine. The ring thing, like I said, I mean, dude, Hector will sit here for like a whole 4 hours. I shit you not, man. And he'll think about like all these different really cool, gimmicky, like really fucking badass ideas or whatever. And yeah, like he came up with like this dope Minotaur sailor, like pirate that we was gonna do.
So it's the one world where like Minotaur sailors are badass things.
Yeah, and I shit you not, it took him 30 seconds, and then all of a sudden, all right, well maybe I'll just do like a ranger. I'm like, so there are a lot of options, but don't let it overwhelm you. You know what I mean? Like.
Honestly, hearing that about Hector just reminds me of starting Skyrim and immediately like, I'm gonna play something different. Oh, stealth archer.
Yep, totally.
The skin is buried and deep between them because mechanically they are all fucking identical, basically. They're all fighter mages.
Yeah.
That is what I like to play.
Fighter mages. Yeah, like my uncle's favorite class is a blade singer. And it's basically a tank mage. Basically, like, just because of the amount, you basically are like a mixture of it. What is it like a fighter and a...
Oh, it is a straight wizard, actually.
Oh, yeah.
The reason I can basically tank is because my AC is so high.
Yeah,
he just hit me.
He just goes for like because he uses shield and a shield spell as well as like his natural inherent AC.
Remember when I mentioned the problems with like having like the 220s? I already have a maximum intelligence and dexterity, and each of those can then be added to my defense bonus.
Yep.
That is a fucking flat 10 there.
Yep.
That you should not have.
Straight up, your AC was what, 30?
By the very end, not with or without shield.
With shield.
35.
Yep. With shield, his AC was 35. Ryu.
That was a 9th level character.
That's only a 9th level character.
More time. There was items I could collect or make, and
Literally, I shit you not, Ryu. He would just cast his shield and stuff. He would sit out in the front. He would get his weapon, and he would switch between casting cantrips, which are free spells, by the way, Ryu. That's what cantrips are. They're spells that don't take spell slots. And he literally would just cast those because he would get 2 actions. He would be able to hit somebody with a sword and then immediately cast a cantrip, or cantrip and then immediately hit a sword. And the worst part is that he would get their aggro because they would just be doing so much damage, and the enemy would be like, "Ugh!" And then they would attack him, and then they would miss every single hit because he had an AC of like 35. Literally, they couldn't. Pepe as the DM could not roll anything high enough to hit him. Except a crit. And even then, I think that he only actually hit Bobby a total of like 5 to 7 times in that entire campaign, and we played to level 9.
There's a clue up here.
Yeah, I see one over here too.
And I picked up that hit point speed too. It helps bolster that as well. So I had an extra.
That might be a class that you might like there, dude. It's very tanky, but it doesn't have all the negatives of being like a really slow piece of shit. It's like a massive tank that doesn't have any of the massive to it. He ran it on like an astral elf, so it was fucking disgusting. Yep. He literally has an ability as an astral elf that he could like do a trance, like a rest basically, and in that rest he would like speak with his ancestors, and then he would just gain proficiency in a random skill that he did not have proficiency in before.
Oh, when you grab that,
I'll just pick up survival.
One randomly disappeared.
Did I? Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I thought we could grab both of them, but I guess not.
Yeah, I'll just pick locks, literally. Like, his character was so OP. I felt bad for Pepe. It was his first time DMing, and then he was just DMing against fucking Bobby's fucking OP Blade Singer.
never miss you guys.
Yep, that's the other thing too. Like he would, so like to kind of up the difficulty of enemies so that they would hit Bobby more often. The problem is that it came impossible not to be hit for the rest of us because Bobby was so OP.
You can drop out a party for a minute. A buddy of mine just got on, and I want to say what's up.
Oh, no problem. You know, I always mention all your friends are welcome here, but I just, I don't know if you want anyone here. But you're welcome to invite every single one of your friends. It's fun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's just been a while since you've been on, so I'm just going to say what's up and then pop back in.
Hi, bye.
Another fighter with you.
And like I said, if you want, we can, after, like, tomorrow, what we'll do is you and I will sit down and we'll, like, chat it up. And we'll figure out, really what it is that you want in a play style and stuff like that, like what you're looking for. Like, if you, like I asked Various, were you looking for something more, like, straight up fightery? Do you want something that's a mix? Do you want to use any spells whatsoever? Or do you not want to use any spells whatsoever?
Nah, just a normal fighter.
Okay.
I'm not
And
a fucking wizard.
do you have any, preferences on, like a fighting style? Do you think you'd prefer a sword and shield? Do you think you'd prefer two-handing
sword.
Two-handed sword?
Normal
Like
fighter, two-handed sword.
Okay. And then, oh shit. Now, dumb question. Is there a reason you picked Dark Elf? Like, do you just like Dark Elves, or?
Yep.
Okay.
And it seems people are scared of Dark Elf, or I'm thinking something else.
Kinda.
I'm gonna drop out.
Yeah, by all means. We'll be here if you come back, buddy.
Cool. See you.
Most Dark Elves just kind of look at, like, distaste.
Some races.
What you should do is, just, like I said, look up Dark Elf 5e, like, D&D Wikidot, something like that, and that will give you the straight up, like, what benefits we'll have and what negatives. But I'm pretty sure they'll have all the same things, like, regular elves have. Dark vision, blah, blah. I just don't know what the 2 stat increases are, but to be honest, just the way 5e is set up, they've pretty much almost transitioned almost every single race to just do, you can choose between, I think it's like leveling 1 stat twice, with 2 and then 1 stat once, I think is what it is. Let me look though, real quick.
God, I hear bees. Ah, bees!
So ability score increases, you get a charisma score increase. So just keep that in mind.
I'm gonna die of bees.
Where's the bee bitch?
I have no idea.
Oh, she's
on the
up
roof.
top.
She's on the roof.
Um,
on the beach. Hurt. Oh, we're pretty close to
so
it.
Dark Elf increases your charisma by 1, so just keep that in mind. Charisma is basically like, you're charismatic. You're like, you can
like
barter. Yeah, it's chat stuff. You're really good at socializing. You're very charismatic. You're flirtatious. Blah blah. You're really good at talking to people. But just remember that I don't think that is a important stat for fighter. It's not a big deal, but just keep that in mind. That if you're really trying to min-max, that the Dark Elf is going to increase your charisma by 1, but a fighter's stats I think are like strength and dex, or strength and maybe I don't remember.
Okay.
But again, that's not really a big issue. That just means that your person is gonna have just your person's just gonna be a bit more of a socialite, which is not a big problem really. I'm gonna go through the little thingy right here.
Just use the healing to get my chunk back.
I have the
lose
thingy.
it again to another bee bitch.
You also have superior dark vision. Because you're a drow live in the dark, so instead of having a dark vision of like 60 feet, you have a dark vision of like 120.
Okay. 120.
I think they're actually like right through that door. That's a little closer than I thought. Hey, did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's doing Molotov or something? Dude, look. Come here. Crouch, but if you look, uncrouch right in front of the window right there, you can see that
Oh,
that's
the
where the
body's
bounty
right
thing. Yeah, yeah. Is there where you just wait?
I got a good grenade. I could just chuck in there as soon as it's ready.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to bounce off the door.
I want to open this door, but I don't want to. Make sure you stay hidden outside the line of sight and wait till they come over. If you see them, you start laying pipe. Dynamite
If
too.
you hear them, tell me, and I'll try to chuck this nade in there.
Somebody just died up top.
Oh, he's up the stairs. Wait, watch out. Never mind. Let me just fuck that. I don't know if he ran back up. I saw him jump down the stairs, though. That works. Oh, he instantly killed me. He turned that corner and instantly headshot me. I'm sad.
Oh, no. Of course he had the speed perk for his gun. What a dick. Okay, so yeah, you also get drow magic, so you know the dancing lights cantrip. When you reach 3rd level, you can cast the fairy fire spell once with the trait, and regain this ability to do so when you long rest. And then at level 5, you gain the ability to cast darkness spell.
Okay.
That is right there, Ryu. That's basically your character. Like the only thing you gotta pick now is like to choose the background. Like a specific background from the player thing, like that'll just fit like whatever your character's style, and then you can come up with like I think there's like some flaws and shit like that you come up with, but that's just not as important. And then we just have to write it all on a fucking piece of paper / character sheet. That's pretty much it.
Praying we don't get another dark map.
All right. Put that on. Let's see what I got for that.
So, what's in the background for?
What's in the background? What do you mean?
Like, what's supposed to be in the background for your character?
Oh, it is literally something you can choose. So, like, if you type in backgrounds 5e, there is literally like a list you can choose from.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't have. I mean, you can come with like a simple, like a more like specific backstory. You know, like a bit more about the person and his family, stuff like that. But like, the background will give you an idea. Like, oh, he was a hermit / he was like. You know, a soldier
like
in the military, criminal, charlatan, yeah, that stuff.
Okay. I thought it was like, oh, what did you do in your past?
Nope.
Well, not like shit like this.
You can come up with a more, like, you know, like more detailed, defined background, but in reality, when it comes to like, you know, I'm not going to bring a lot of that stuff up. It's basically how your character
for a fighter.
Yeah, I mean, what's nice is you can be any of them. I mean, the fighter, you don't have to. It's that's what's nice about the background. It's more like how your character is. So like if your character was a soldier most of his life and then and so he's just a fighter because of that, then yeah. But if you want your character to be a fighter because he had to grow up on the streets and survive and that's just how he ended up being, he trained himself, that also could be like that. You know, you can choose how he gets there, but ultimately...
Would cultists work?
I mean, I don't see why not.
What are you saying? Like they could, but like,
yeah, I mean, what does it say? What does it say?
I gotta fucking click on it.
Because if you read it, it'll say like, it'll say, like it'll give you kind of like a bit of like, oh, blah blah. So you can just be like a cultist that's also a fighter. I mean, you just be super into the occult. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm trying to find an actual good list. Here's an actual list. Inheritor? No. That's the order.
I know, I really should have I just saw that, babe, earlier that you said that I should have just named this a fucking D&D tutorial stream. I really should have. For a whole fucking hour and a half, 2 hours, I just sat here, chatted. The crazy part is I've had 5 viewers, so it shows I can just get away with fucking sitting here and doing fucking nothing.
Mercenary veteran? So, strength and charisma?
What, they're like, what is it, like, there's that, what it says on the, for it's like, proficiencies or something? What for your fighter?
It's like really shrunk, so I'm trying to like actually look at it.
You said, what was it called? Mercenary?
Mercenary veteran. Mercenary veteran 5e background.
I don't think that happens to be in this one, but that doesn't mean it's not allowed or anything. It just means that it's not one of like the... Oh, hey, look.
Like a sellsword who was from the battle for Korn, you're required to rescue life.
Tell various, there is technically a knight variant in here based from the noble class. You might be interested.
Yeah, maybe.
Let me look. That might be one of the...
Language, none. Uniform of your company, traveler's clothing, and quality. Oh, so this like gives you equipment too for the background?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's actually cool.
That's why. So like, that's why I was saying like, don't be afraid to think of this, right? Like you're min-maxing a Skyrim character. Like like if you really want certain proficiencies, you want to get as many as you can. Don't be afraid to like, all right, well, I'm gonna go Dark Elf so I can get these. I'm gonna go this class so I can get this. I'm gonna go and get this background so I can get this free proficiency in these two things. Like, it is absolutely okay to play like that. That's how I play. When I play thinking min-maxing, like, how am I going to be able to make this character as fucking great as possible as I can? Put all the right stats in the right places, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I'll take a look after this video.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, it'll have starting equipment and stuff like that. A couple gold pieces, something like that, / like a game piece set. Really depends on what the...
So like an automatic setup background of like why you have your equipment type stuff.
Yeah, background and character is where you'll get your starting equipment from. Like both because your race won't give you any starting equipment, but your class and your background will.
Okay.
So like your class is how, like, for instance, if you look at the class for fighter, it'll say that you can choose a martial weapon and a shield. So you said you want a two-hand, so you can just pick the great sword.
That almost got you on fire.
It's all good. You missed me.
But my aim is getting better.
Oh, good.
Fucking Gravity Falls, Stanford dag joke. My ex-wife misses me, but her aim is getting better. And that's the end of the joke. You're behind me. Ow!
You went. Oh.
He smacked me in the back of the head. Yeah, that's a lot of zombies.
Fire guy's still following this little bastard. Broke through the door.
Oh shit. Oh, that guy just spawned in front of me.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh.
Oh.
It's funny. It,
Well,
it showed you hitting me, but I don't have any missing health.
So I didn't
I
do
saw
it.
blood. I saw blood. Like, there was definitely, like, damage. But, like, I didn't take any damage.
I use suggestion of, like, I didn't hit you and you didn't take any damage, so you believe it now. Definitely not how it works, but funny.
And are you sure you're not going to want any magic? Because, like, even, like, stuff like
I might. I'm gonna look through the
suggest
background.
is, well, background, the reason I asked is a fighter will never have magic.
Yeah, that's why I'm...
So if you want a different, so just think about it. Just, don't feel too
Might
committed.
go with just Oathbreaker.
Oathbreakers, paladins do have some magic, but it's mostly divine magic.
Like undead? Oh, I thought Oathbreaker was like you get undead type magic.
No, Oathbreaker will still have, but it'll just be like, it changes a little bit.
There's a player using a bug near me.
Come over to me.
I hear it. I hear it so loud, but I don't see it.
Yeah, it's outside of it's outside the window of my little building.
Ouch. Oh, it was above me.
It's right here.
Oh shit, there's another one.
Yep, it's been following me. That's why I'm inside this little building.
I missed, so I'm sad.
Careful, we don't really know where that dude is.
Ow, ow, ow. God, that bug. So fucking annoying.
Oh.
What was that at?
There's a guy right there.
Yep.
Pushing. Want to get behind this fence.
God, this bug is still following me.
Got him. I don't know how I shot that thing, but while it was flying, but I did.
When you shot it, I lagged, so I thought I got shot.
Yeah, I lagged too. I don't think the game thought I was gonna hit it. I didn't think that was
You
either.
weren't supposed to do that.
Okay, let's go to this clue
Is
over
that
here.
a player? I think there's a player right there.
Where?
He was
Oh,
running
shit.
across the field back there.
Whoa.
Oh shit. I just don't know where that was from.
Just killed him. Just killed him with a headshot, bruh.
I'm seeing none of these players.
You're the one that saw him first, actually. You got a perfect call. He's right here.
Oh. You got an armored boy chasing you.
Watch it! Dynamite! Oh!
Where's that thrown from?
Oh, he killed me.
Shrapnel hit me.
Are you dead?
Nope.
You just kill him? Oh.
Ah! I thought I had enough time to like chuck it.
You suck.
I had bushes as cover. And not good bushes.
Oh, man.
What background would be good for an Oathbreaker?
Great question. Give me a sec here. If I don't remember where I put those, actually. Don't remember what I fucking chose. I don't have my Oathbreaker character right here. I only have Valdis right there. I don't know where I put the other one. I think it really depends on you, what you want to do. With an Oathbreaker, it's important to think about what made you break your oath. And what's nice is, Ryu, to make this a little easier for you, so like breaking an oath is a little different than in Baldur's Gate. Like it doesn't have to just be that you broke the law, or you did something, that a paladin wouldn't. It could be that you just
very bad.
it could be that you just decided that like for instance, my Oathbreaker, he discovered there was aliens. And he, that blew his mind. That his whole belief, the gods that he believed in were it. The planet he was on, things like that, and so it shattered what he knew of life, and so he broke his oath. So it doesn't have to be like, oh, I just killed a kid. It could be something like, something.
It could be like I wanted it, or something.
It could be, you could have found like, it could be something as simple as like one time, you were like, what's it called? Like you could have been like a celibate pathfinder or what? I mean, a paladin, right? You could have been like somebody who like gave up sex, and then all of a sudden some woman like fucking tempted you, was like the greatest fucking most beautiful girl you've ever met, and then you found out she had STDs. And not only did you give up your vow to have sex with this, what you thought was like this greatest beautiful woman, but she wasn't even fucking an innocent woman, and she was fucking, you got dirty from it. So
I have like free reign on making up my why.
Yeah, you have free reign on making it why, but just give it to me and I'll tell you. But yeah, Oathbreaker, it is basically just something that made you choose to break your oath with whatever. I think it's paladins like choose a god. I think like you had an oath with a certain god or whatever. So the idea is that like what made you do that, and then you're gonna have to look up Oathbreaker paladin specifically, 5e, because that class runs differently than a paladin class.
Okay.
Just so you know.
What is haunted one background?
I don't know. What does it say?
Background does you and your DM. Right. This baker is added in cursive to light baker makes itself further unique. But the features are kept until now, something in the abilities. Let's see move on mechanical release. Look at something else. Here it is.
Okay.
Inquisitor. Oh, thieves tools. Nah. Maybe I'll go with Haunted One background.
Oh, let's see here. Huh?
Everybody I know loves it. Just hate it. But I like the corpse bride.
Well, I know that thing's getting closer because the bottom one is starting to bleed a little, where the
At a certain point,
pieces.
like, you'll really notice it because it's going to hurt. You're going to try to bite into this almost. If you're really lucky, you'll do what I did several times, and you'll bite into something and it'll pull it out.
Yeah. No, it's like right at the gum line. And the worst part is like that side is like really starting to swell. And I'm just like, ugh. Probably, yeah. Probably.
That was part of the reason why after them for a while, you saw me, I was in the bathroom just working so hard to get rid of as many as I could.
Yeah, I know.
Like I was tearing the fucking gums up and whatnot. Like I said, that one chunk I removed
Oh, wrong. Something to fucking varies. Oh, I copied that. I could have just copied the fucking link. I sent it to you. Because it just seems a little confusing to me.
What, the background that you're looking at?
Yeah, the haunted one.
Shit.
Oh, no, no, no. Oh my god, he hit a fucking lamp! Ouch.
No way.
Oh
Fuck.
my god, oh, killed
There's
it.
another one.
Oh my fucking god. Oh shit, I gotta reload. Oh, this is the gun you were using before. You shoot and then you have to reload the bullet.
Oh yeah.
I was pulling at you, and I was trying to fire it like I could fire another bullet.
Did you get that one? That loop?
Did I? Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it looks like you did.
Yeah.
$100 right here.
Okay.
Only $6, but
I don't know if you find a med pack. I don't really want to use mine to heal one bar.
it straight up took 2 of mine. They already burned.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Mine was halfway burnt, and I was right next to him.
What? You can't shoot through that? Oh.
Oh my god, bees! Right. Oh my fucking god, there's another one. I almost shot him.
Yeah.
Or not shot him, stabbed him. Why are they fucking everywhere? I'm distracting him.
Okay, I got the clue.
Oh my god.
Let's get this clue that's over this way. It's pretty close. Here, Ryu.
Huh?
I put a heal. I put a medkit down.
Alright. Still want to know what that fucking tiny symbol is,
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
but it's probably just a random encounter like the Hellborn. Oh shit, did I trigger dog? Ouch.
Oh, I think the boss is here.
Oh, it is. Nice.
That's right.
Now we get jumped.
I'll just be clear.
Oh, someone's in there. Second floor.
Just killed him.
Oh, you killed him. Oh shit, I hear the other dude running or something. Do you see him?
I do not.
Shit, watch out for the Hellborn. Or not Hellborn, the Hellhound. Dog behind you.
There's dynamite up there. Oh, I found him. He's right here.
Oh! Killed the dog.
Dude. There's a hole right here.
Got him. Or killed one. I think he revived his friend. Oh, guy behind me. He's down below. I think it's another team.
Going up top.
Yep, come on up too. I need to heal.
Whoa.
Alright. No!
Oh. No, I have to reload. Ah!
Ow!
You dead? You get him?
Nope, he not dead. I hate that I have to keep reloading.
You have a secondary?
Woo!
Oh, it's a sword, I see.
Woo! Down I go.
Going into boss territory.
Boss. Oh, I didn't know he was inside. I thought he was still outside.
No, that guy was fighting us up on the top floor the whole time.
I wanted to try out the fucking katana, but no, bad idea. Same with that gun, I thought it was gonna be more than one
I'm
shot.
gonna real quick, I'm gonna get off and take a shower. See where I feel from there and what have you. I saw that Various rejoined.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, hi. He's fucking scared me. Yeah, I meant to send that to the Soul. I was like, oh, you know what? He gets to keep it too. Because I'm trying to do Oathbreaker. And Soul said that's a pretty good background.
Yep.
But I don't really understand it.
Yeah.
What don't you understand?
Just the background, because I feel like I'm reading it wrong, and I'm me, and I'm pretty
You were
stupid,
haunted by
so-
something terrible that you dare not speak of it. You tried to bury it and ran away from it to no avail. Whatever this thing is that haunts you can't be slain with a sword, or tarnished with a spell, or banished with a spell. It might come to you as a shadow on the wall, a blood-curdling nightmare, a memory that refuses to die, or a demonic whisper in the dark. The burden has taken its toll, isolating you from most people and making you question your sanity. You must find a way to overcome it before it destroys you.
Unless that's too complicated of a background.
No, I mean, you're the one that was saying that you were confused. I was just curious which part you're confused on.
What I get from it?
You get to choose one proficiency out of Arcana, Investigation, Religion, or Survival. You get to choose one exotic language, meaning Abyssal, Celestial, Deep Speech, Draconic, Infernal, Primordial, Sylvan, or I think that last one's Underspeak. I can't see for sure. And then
It says Undercommon.
Undercommon, okay.
I don't
And
know
then
what that is.
Undercommon is there is a place in D&D called the Underdark. Think of it as like,
Oh, they have that in Baldur's Gate.
yep. So the Underdark has a common of their own, and it's called Undercommon.
Oh, okay. A trinket special was given to the haunted? Heart of Darkness, commoners will treat haunted ones very kindly because they see the darkness in their soul. Ooh, this is kind of actually a cool background.
So yeah, like I said, that one's not bad. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool too.
Yeah, you can choose that one if you want.
Common clothes.
Everybody in the stream, thank you so much for watching, especially considering 2 hours of this was
Monster
me just
Hunter.
sitting here explaining D&D stuff. This is going to become a little more common, so I apologize ahead of time / don't apologize if you enjoy it. But we'll probably be doing a D&D sesh on stream here soon, probably. I'm hoping like this, basically, before the end of October, I'd like us to get into our first couple sessions, maybe, depending on how like everything's going and how long everybody takes to make characters and such. But It shouldn't be too long. But again, everybody in the stream, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to close the stream. I'm going to take a shower, see how I feel and such,
Excuse me.
decide what's next. But I'm going to stay on party.
Cool.
I just heard my uncle yell out, he's fucking his daughter. I don't know if I want to walk in.
Put me on the